wonderkins out there.
Yeah,
And
of course.
it could be one of them. But the Jay Wright thing, I would say that would probably be appealing to a great deal of people.
So he's out. Tom Thibodeau is out as head coach of the New York Knicks. Wow. Again, it's be careful what you ask for. It's who you're going to replace him with. And sure, Jay Wright's a nice one. I could see it. But now you got to go find a better coach.
Man, oh, man.
Now you got to go find a coach that can get you deeper into the postseason.
Tibbs' fault that Cat doesn't play any defense and does stupid fouls? I mean, I know the whole bench thing and not, kind of relying too much on just 6 or 7 guys, but.
Yeah, but that also got them to this point. Like, they knew what his game was.
I mean, is it Tibbs' fault that Indiana plays great defense and beat up your point guard that had nothing left in the tank?
Yeah,
it could only do so much.
Tibbs' fault for not going to the bench, though.
Yeah, true. I get that as well.
Not trusting your bench guys so that your point guard who's leading your team doesn't get so worn down.
No, I totally get that as well. If Halliburton's shot doesn't go up to the rafters and fall back down, are we having this conversation?
Good question.
Maybe the Pacers win in 7 anyway.
Sure, maybe.
I don't know.
Or maybe the Knicks take the series because they're on coming off such a roll, and then you win that game. But
listen,
man, I wasn't expecting that today.
Didn't know that was going to happen.
Oh my gosh.
We'll talk about it tomorrow. Also preview the finals and the hockey. There's hockey.
The final.
The Stanley Cup final. Also, I was going to tell you what I didn't like about the French Open. I liked the French Open. It was amazing. The French Open is absolutely spectacular.
We'll do it
Except
tomorrow.
you can't bring a beer into any of the courts. There are 16 courts. If you go get a beer, they don't tell you. Well, maybe they do tell you the signs in French. I couldn't read it. But you can't bring the beer
it most definitely was
into the court. Like, I try to walk in like, no.
They want people drinking.
I got a beer.
They don't want you
So
drinking.
I got to pound the beer. Or just, hang outside. Let me bring my beer into the court.
They don't want.
Good night, everybody.
For the ones who get it done, Grainger offers high-quality supplies and solutions for every industry, as well as access to product specialists who have the knowledge and experience to answer your toughest questions. Plus, their commitment to being your safety partner can help you keep your facilities safe and your people safer. Call clickgrainger.com or just stop by.
If you've got a gas-powered engine, keep it running like new at every fill-up. Stable in-season protection is your engine's preventative medicine, cleaning and protecting the entire fuel system in season. In outdoor power equipment, prevent gum and varnish buildup that could cause a rough or non-running engine. For cars and trucks, increase fuel efficiency and power by removing deposits, ensuring your engine's long-term health. Stable outperforms the competition in independent lab testing. So at every fill-up, start with Stable.
At Riley's Army, our mission is to provide support to children with cancer and their families in North Carolina. From emotional support to financial assistance, we are here to ensure no family faces this journey alone. Guided by faith and a commitment to love and service, Riley's Army invites you to join us. Volunteer, donate, or spread the word. Together we can make a lasting difference. Visit RileysArmy.com to learn more. That's RileysArmy.com.
Do you want to get rid of wrinkles, tighten and lift your skin, smooth your skin texture, erase veins and brown spots, get rid of unwanted hair and under-eye fat pads? Are you interested in Botox or filler? Contact the licensed professionals at Beauty Bar MediSpa for a free consultation and ask about our newest technologies and treatments. Learn more at beautybarmedispa.com, Red Banks Road, Greenville. Enjoy your visit, love your transformation, and go Pirates.
You love U.S. Cellular Home Internet. It lets you do all your favorite things because it's fast, reliable, and affordable.
Switch to U.S. Cellular today and do the things you love with internet you love. Just pay $39.99 a month when you bundle with a wireless plan. And if you don't love it, you have 15 days to let us know. Built for us. Terms apply. See uscellular.com for details.
This is Brandon Tate, owner and operator of Atlantic Wireless, an authorized agent for U.S. Cellular since 1997. Visit AtlanticWireless.com to find the store near you. We go beyond the call.
We're inside the Pirate Radio studios with our friends from QC Kinetics. Don, why should people use QC Kinetics?
So QC Kinetics, we're the nation's leader in regenerative medicine. So we've helped about 50,000 patients get back to an active and pain-free life without surgery, without drugs, and without downtime. We leverage your body's own natural growth and healing properties to not only repair damaged tissue, but generate new.
QC Kinetics. 252-645-6458. 252-645-6458.
Jeff Stein here at Brownwood Buick GMC, home of the lifetime powertrain warranty. For Cadillac, we got the XT5, plenty in stock, $5,000 off. For Mazda, we have the Mazda 3, 2.9%. The CX-70, $440 a month lease special. The CX-50, $339 a month with only $29.95 down. We've also got Tom Brown's favorite tagline, 4 brands, 3 generations, 2 rooftops, and 1 goal to make sure you leave a happy customer.
This summer, the Greenville Yard Gnomes are back at historic Guy Smith Stadium.
Hey there, it's me, Nomeo, the Yard Gnomes mascot. You've heard of gnomes bringing good luck, right? Well, I'm here to bring you great baseball and tons of fun, too. We're excited to have a great team, including a few ECU baseball players this year.
Season tickets are on sale now, so visit yardgnomesbaseball.com to get yours today.
We'll have great food, cold drinks, and fun games for everyone. Come out and hang with your gnomies this summer and have some fun at the ballpark with us, the Greenville Yard Gnomes.
Looking for the perfect summer hangout? Swing by Fish Street Hardware Restaurant and Tap Room for our Midday Munchies lunch menu, just $10.25 Tuesday through Friday, 11 to 3. We've got 46 cold draft beers, a killer Sunday brunch from 9 to 12:30, and our regular menu every Sunday, noon to 7. Your new Sunday Fun Day destination. Enjoy live music every Friday and Saturday, 7 to 10 p.m., and follow us on social media for more events. Check out the Repair Shop game room with pool tables, darts, and more, or kick back on our dog-friendly patio with the best staff in town. We're serving up good vibes at Fish Street Hardware Restaurant and Tap Room all summer long, where good times are always on tap.
Baltimore Orioles baseball.
2-1. That's hit to the gap in right center field. That's hit well by Carlson, and it is gone! An absolute bullet off the bat of Dylan Carlson. A 107-mile-an-hour rising liner. And a 3-run home run by the former Cardinal has opened it up, and it's 5-0 Baltimore.
Catch all the O's action right here on Pirate Radio, your home of the Baltimore Orioles. This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, 1250 and 92.7 FM Greenville, WDLX Washington, 930 and 104.1 FM Washington.
Can you be quiet, please? Thank you.
Welcome to Pirate Radio Live.
Afternoon, everybody.
We got Jarrett here. Hey, Jarrett. Hey. And we got left side. Strong side.
What's up, Chandler? How you?
The little guy. It was just such a fresh of breath air. Well said, Chuck.
Come on, Chuck.
I will read it verbatim. The Masters tournament is special.
Hold on, you'll read it what?
Verbatim. Verbatim.
How do you spell that? That word you just said, how do you spell it?
I have no clue.
Say it one more time. You're going to read it
verbatim.
That's how you said verbatim.
Verbatim. That's what I said.
No, you did not.
I said verbatim.
Nope. None. No. There's a very low percentage of this that is smiles and glory holes. Very low percentage.
Loneliness is worse than COVID. It's a proven fact.
I'm not talking about this.
Correct.
That's all. I love y'all, man.
Now live from the Pirate Radio studios in the heart of the Pirate Nation, here is your host, Clip Brock.
Welcome in to a Tuesday edition of Pirate Radio Live. Clip Brock here inside the Pirate Radio studios, coming to you on Pirate Radio 92.7 FM in Greenville, 104.1 in Washington. We're on 1250, 930, online PR927fm.com. And you can find us on YouTube, Pirate Radio TV. A lot of good stuff out there. My chat yesterday with Brian Bailey. Our impromptu interview with Parker Bird. That made the rounds on the internets last night. You can go back and check those conversations out. You can watch our show each and every day. Coming up in a few months, football coverage. Looking forward to fall camp and the build up to 2025. We'll kind of segue into our football previews here throughout June, July, and early August. So a lot to discuss between now and then, a lot to discuss today on the show with our guest. Well, we got some CFL, some Canadian football to look forward to. If you need football in your life, Justin Hardy will join us coming up live on the Pirate Radio Live line later on in hour number 1. Coach Mack McCarthy joins us for his weekly interview. We'll talk about coaches behaving badly. Does Coach Mack need to issue an apology to anyone? We'll find out when he joins us. Oh, Slim 80, Bryce Williams. See, how many innings of ECU baseball did Bryce watch over the weekend? And does he know about the kerfuffle that went down between Kevin O'Sullivan and literally every other human in Conway? We'll talk to Bryce about that. Talk a little football as well. And go Pirate Radio outdoors. Good day to be outdoors. Beautiful day in eastern North Carolina. We appreciate you joining us on the program. Shirley Rhodes is here. J-Bone is in the house. And we got left side.
Strong side. Popping a top on this Tuesday.
Popping a top on a Tuesday. How we doing,
Ruby
Sean?
Tuesday.
Damn near.
Doing great, Clipper. Hope you are.
Yes, sir. Doing well. We've got some chatters in the gang. Jerry says, hello. Hey, Jerry.
So, Jerry Bear.
Hello. Help the bear. PJ adds a hello. Hello.
Hello. PJ.
Jamie says, hey now.
Hey now.
Wake Forest coach pulling a Tom Brenneman. These guys are nuts. Yeah, I don't know his name. I'm just calling him
Tom. That's nuts.
I'm calling him Wake Forest Brenneman for now. Mike Mullis can tell us his name. He's about to roll in here.
Tom Waters.
Is that his name?
Mike Mullis will be able to tell us.
Sounds like the Waters are a little rough.
I think Mully has a relationship with this guy.
I heard they were best friends.
I remember him being in the regional last year and Mully talking about him.
We'll talk about that in a moment. Joel said loneliness killed more than COVID. That is referencing Wes Hines saying loneliness is worse than COVID. And he said it was a proven fact. I asked him what the hell he meant by that, and he said he saw a poll online.
Man, I'm a moron.
Where people, I guess, said, what's worse, loneliness or COVID? And more people voted loneliness, and Wes said proven fact.
I saw that poll and said,
There's something strange here.
There we go. Jerry said, coaches gone wild, just 1995, order now. On the commercial, you see black bars over Kevin O'Sullivan, but if you actually buy the video, black bars are gone. And we've got Joel asking, where does Lance go? We have a Pirate in the portal. And a pretty big name at that, Lance Williams in the portal. We'll talk about it all with our guest joining us head of the table. Coming off a big weekend in Conway, Mike Mullis. What's up, Mully, man?
Hey, buddy. How are you?
Doing great. Like you're ready to golf today.
No, just working, buddy.
Yeah, back to the real world.
Yeah. It was interesting weekend down in Conway. Saw J-Bone moving around a lot. Didn't got a chance to speak to him one time. Ran into Jenny. It was a packed house, a great environment down there. It was, they put on a great show.
You have, for years, you had a relationship with a Coastal person or two.
Yeah.
Is he still who
Coach Snall that's there now. And
that was your guy?
Yeah, well,
okay.
Tim Perry, a number of the guys on the staff there. Yeah. You just get to know those guys. And it's Tom Walter that you were talking about with Wake Forest. Not Walter, but he know Coach Snall well, man, and he's the job they've done there is impressive. They've done good things.
I don't think a lot of Pirate fans will want to hear me sing their praises, but man, watching through the TV, that was that just seemed like a damn party out there, basically.
Well, you know what? The environment, and I think J-Bone will agree. I mean, the ballpark, the facilities, the fan experience was good. Now I know that on that first game, that night game, there was some. Maybe some creative language between both fan bases and some Pirate fans.
Oh, sure.
Took it on the chin from some of the Coastal folks. And listen, when you've got an 8 o'clock game time with two very passionate fan bases that also are very passionate about having a good party, the tailgating started long before 4 hours before game time. I can assure you of that. And, so some people check their common sense at the door, but all in all, man, I've heard a ton, far more positive statements about the experience there than the negative statements. And but yeah, it's one of those things in life too, and kind of where I was going. Anytime you go somewhere, and somebody's doing the same types of things that you do, you should be looking for takeaways, right? Like, hey, how can we improve our fan experience here at Clark Clare Stadium?
Yeah.
And so there's some of the things that could be taken very easily. Like, one example, I know that the event staff, and I don't know where this rule comes from, but the event staff at East Carolina Baseball is adamant that nobody get on top of the dugouts. Well, the vibe at Coastal was just the opposite of that, and part of the experience was bringing fans on top of the dugout to do the Macarena, or to when they did the 7th inning stretch, their hype man, they kind of had a Jesse Cole type guy from the Savannah Bananas that goes around with a microphone, and he's kind of the ringleader, and he's imploring everybody to get loud, and but he's on top of the dugout. He's using that as a stage. And I remember back, wasn't all that long ago, where and I don't remember who it was under. I think it was a Billy Godwin thing that like the East Carolina dancers, the dance team, would actually dance on top of the dugout. So some of those things that don't cost money, that's just some creativity. I think we take those things away, and it doesn't matter where you go, you should be looking for little ideas that you could go, you know what, this would be a cool thing to do at our place.
I thought it was so lame at ECU regionals that after every home run hit,
whoop, there it is.
Is that what it was? I thought it was Who Let the Dogs Out, but it was
But those songs,
even worse.
Those songs are interchangeable.
And it was so lame, especially when an opposing team would hit a home run on East Carolina, and they're whoop, there it is.
Well, J2, and again, back me up on this date. They played songs specific to East Carolina. They played the safety dance multiple times. They played the deal that we play at Clark Clare with the dancing skeleton, the Timmy trumpets,
the 9th inning,
the Narcos deal.
What'd they do after an ECU home run? Was it uniform, or did they?
No, they bounced around.
Okay,
they bounced around.
Saturday felt more like a neutral between Coastal and East Carolina. Sunday night, it just felt like a Coastal home game with all the songs and the sound bites.
Good. I'm saying, like, they earned their spot to host. I don't know why we have to make it so new.
Well, and all that is based on your site rep. And Mark Scaff, who has now become, the dude coaches an incredible career, Hall of Fame coach, and now he's known for the dude that Kevin O'Sullivan was cussing out. But Mark Scaff kind of has the call on that. A great example, I don't know if you picked up on it, Jay, but in game, man, they all kind of run together. But I think it was game 1 against Coastal. There was a bang-bang play at second base that they went to review on, and they actually showed it on the Jumbotron. Now, that is a no-no. And so they did run the NCAA mandated stuff. You could tell what was canned.
Don't bet on it.
But they ran, they ran that up. They ran the replay on the scoreboard, and that was pretty quickly poo-pooed. Like, hey, we're not going to do that. So that was the only one that I saw the entirety of the tournament.
I saw them do it a couple times.
Did you?
Yeah.
That's a no-no from.
I just don't think the NCAA. Because they don't, I don't think they want I mean, again, man, you had 6,350 people there. I don't think they wanted to, for lack of a better way to put it, incite a riot.
Yeah.
And by the way, they do it at football games all the time, and the crowd goes crazy when they think they're right.
Well, I always see that we don't do it enough at ECU games. Show the replays.
I don't think we ever do it.
Yeah.
We don't do it in baseball.
I'm talking like football.
Yeah, we don't do it in baseball.
I'm saying more like NFL, but yeah.
But you said incite a riot. I was standing like in a mix of ECU Coastal students or just really drunk fans that were talking a lot of crap, and the replay kind of helped calm them down. Like, Coastal fans would be like, all right, yeah, he's out, and ECU fans would be like, okay, yeah, we're out.
Well, and again, it's an isolated experience. I'm sure that somewhere at some point they showed a replay in an NCAA regional and something bad happened. So, okay, we're not going to do that. But either way, man, it really was a great experience. I think the players, the coaches, they were treated first class, and Cliff Galvin even came out and said that. So, yeah, all in all, a good experience. And look, man, the way the Pirates played made it that much more fun. It's always. Everything always tastes better, is better, feels better. Your treatment's better when you have success.
By the way, folks, also, no fan base has the best fans in the world. No fan base has the worst fans in the world. There's crappy people all over the world that intermingle amongst each fan base. So
yeah, no, I mean,
throw that out there.
I read something on social media where some Pirate fans were really upset about their personal treatment, and I totally
sure
get that.
yeah.
But then somebody replied like, "Hey, look, our jungle can be pretty aggressive too," and that wasn't necessarily intended at the Dilday led, the megaphone guys who are quite frankly very engaging with the opposing team's outfielders as long as they allow it to happen. But the student section over in right field,
that's a different story.
Can get overtly aggressive to the point where it's like, okay, somebody needs to probably go out there and chill those cats out a little bit. But listen, it is what it is. Everybody has their own experience. That is called life. To your point, I think the fan base at East Carolina, especially from a baseball standpoint, is as passionate and is as good as any. But again, the crowd at Coastal, from a professional standpoint and administrative standpoint, they ran a great show.
Jarrett, before the show today, you said, all right, it's Tuesday afternoon. I'm starting to get a little Kevin O'Sullivan fatigue.
Yeah.
And I hear that.
Well, I mean, I was out there. It's just Sunday was dominated by Kevin O'Sullivan talk. I come back yesterday. All we do is talk Kevin O'Sullivan. I go home, look on Twitter, and I see these SEC guys trying to defend it, and that makes me mad.
Yeah.
I see people saying he should be fired. That makes me like a little mad. I'm just a little tired of the whole situation.
Understood. Mully, you called in yesterday to discuss. Oh, let me also once again reiterate. Awesome job.
Yeah, thank you, buddy.
On the call. And not just your baseball knowledge, but just the way you have a phrase, an antidote, a story, whatever, to add to every conversation is a gift.
Yeah, I guess. Blessing and a curse.
Yeah. I don't know if they say you can't teach that. I don't think they can teach that.
No, it's called life.
That is
it's called life.
You are very worldly.
Yeah. Well, no, it was, man. It's easy when you work with good folks, and and it's.
I think you made Dylan Johnson better.
Well, thank you. And hey, look, we had a great time. It was good. It was again, man. We can only say all this because the Pirates played the way they did. They got us an opportunity to do 4 ball games together. We liked the team. We hit a little rhythm and had an understanding of kind of where we were going with things. And but I'll be the first to tell you, I was totally sucked into the SEC bias of the numbers with Florida before the game started, and I'm looking at it going, man, I just don't know, and I'm being asked repeatedly. Now, I will say, in all defense, I had a chance to talk to Coach Palumbo for just a little bit at practice here on Wednesday, and I'm like, look, man, this right-hander for them, like, I think he's beatable. If he doesn't have his ace stuff, he elevates the ball, the breaking ball goes away, and he just loses his own. And we knew going in, Florida it's un-Florida-like, but they were bad defensively. They were bad, and I'm going to tell you, their catcher, Donay, awful. Now, he's their number 2 guy. Bowser going over to short. They were out of position. They had their backup third baseman and Donay playing at short, so they had 2, their shortstops out. So,
well, that's the thing when you play SEC, Mully, especially in football. They always say, well, the depth is going to kill you.
Yeah.
If one of their guys goes out, doesn't matter. He's just as good. That was not the case for Florida's backstop.
No, man, and I could not believe how bad he was, to be honest with you, as an SEC catcher. But the pitching staff for Florida, man, they just flat out could not command the zone. It just, 95, 96, whatever you want to throw it, however hard it is, but it's got to be in the clown's mouth to win the prize, and they were just not commanding the zone.
From what you saw, did you think, I hate using the word unprepared, but they just didn't really know anything about what East Carolina does, and do you think that was unprepared or just them overlooking the whole regional?
Honestly, I went down on the field. I was going to send a message along to a player, and anyway, I go down on the field and get about 2 steps on the turf, the event staff or whatever company it is, guy standing there, and I just looked at him. I said, maybe not. And I say all that to answer your question. Like, I felt like the arrogance by which they went about it was they just thought they were literally going to roll the balls out and beat the brakes off of not just East Carolina, but everybody there. That was the air. Look, I've been around this game a long time, and baseball players, and I think I said it yesterday when I called in, have a reputation, deserved or not, for some level of arrogance, and sometimes it is earned, and that crowd was easily the most arrogant, top to bottom. And again, I didn't talk to anybody because I was like, you know what? I don't even feel like there's any inkling of being welcome down here. So I turned around and went back to the press box. But I just think their arrogance got the best of them. And, when there's a whole thing about talent and preparation and all this coach speak stuff. They were probably the most talented.
Yeah. If
you look at the end game and look at their rankings and all the things. But their preparation was greatly lacking, and I just don't think they cared to prepare because I think they just thought it was going to be a cakewalk.
They're probably looking at playing Auburn again.
Just from like the leadoff batter, Braden Burris bunts first inning, first at bat, and they're like, they do that. They're surprised by Ethan Norby throwing 2 seconds into the pitch clock. Like,
yeah,
that's like the two things that are known about this team.
Yeah, no, and I mean, I totally agree with you. They did, like, they were taking the bunt away a little bit over at third base, but that dude was clunky too. I mean, Stinger, whatever his name was, he was clunky at best. Just an out. I mean, I think he ended up with 3 errors in the regional. And it wasn't a matter of throwing it; he could get rid of it. He just couldn't get it in the glove.
Yeah,
but they took away, he took away the bunt to a point. But you may be right. Maybe they didn't look at film. I don't know. It just, again, I think their arrogance was their downfall.
And having that much arrogance and getting punched in the face first, which they did in both games by East Carolina, has to kind of knock them off their pace too.
Yeah, and I think they, that is a explosive offense. 100 home runs, almost 100 home runs, 87 stolen bases on the season. I think they thought, look, man, we get down 4 or 5 to this crowd. That's no big deal. I mean, we'll beat their bullpen up or whatever. And yeah, Ethan Norby's start was, vintage Norby, but Ethan Young's relief appearance was special as well. So I mean, I don't know that they accounted for the effort, and I guess in some ways there's no way they could account for it, but they were dominated on the mound.
Yeah. It was Jake Hunter.
I'm sorry, Jake Hunter. Yeah, Jake Hunter came in and pitched. He gives up the 3-run jag, but he's got the lead. It's pretty much at hand. I'm sorry, I'm so used to it going Ethan.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean Jake Hunter and Jake Hunter's bounce back appearance, man, he was lights out.
That was good.
He was lights out.
Let's get a break. Can we get one more segment?
Sure.
Yeah, we got some questions, comments from the YouTube chat. We'll hit on those and more to go. Also, expecting Justin Hardy here later on in hour number 1. A lot going on. Pirate Radio Live on a Tuesday. Back with you after this.
This is Dr. McDowell here with Orthopedics East, and I'm excited to share that we've partnered with Fleet Feet to bring you a community race series that includes 3 awesome races throughout the year. Each one a local nonprofit making a real difference right here in our own town. Starting with the Big Run, benefiting Ainsley's Angels, the Glow Run, benefiting Building Hope, and Santa Dash, benefiting Riley's Army. To sign up, go to runtheeast.com. Join Orthopedics East in running for a cause and making every mile matter.
It's time to shack things up at Burrito Shack. Whether you're craving bold burritos, tasty tacos, or crispy nachos, they got the flavor you're looking for. Made from scratch, chef-inspired, fresh Mex cuisine, served up with a side of laid-back beach vibes. Fast, fresh, and totally delicious, Burrito Shack is where flavor meets the coast. Located in the Lowe's Food Shopping Center in Winterville. Quick, crafted, coastal. Burrito Shack.
The convenience of Pitt Greenville Airport is waiting just outside your front door. Service is back, so you're connected to destinations worldwide through flights from American Airlines. Plan your next trip. Book your flights today at flypgv.com or aa.com.
Good news, business travelers. PGV and American Airlines has added a new early morning flight available now. Book today at aa.com and be on time for that connection in Charlotte. Fast, convenient, and close to home, PGV has American flights perfect for your next trip. PGV, where the Pirates fly.
UBE and PireWare.com are proud to offer the Pirate Nation its largest inventory of ECU merchandise and tailgate supplies ever. UBE has the best prices in town, so that makes UBE your one-stop shop for all things ECU. UBE does daily restocks of Champion, Adidas, and Under Armour. Don't forget to bring your young Pirates to plunder the Crow's Nest, which is the only kids store dedicated to ECU. Plenty of free parking in downtown Greenville. Visit them online at PirateWare.com. Go Pirates!
This is Holt Nailers for my friends at Anson Belts, the belts that I wear. Go to ansonbelt.com to find micro-adjustable holeless belts with over 30-plus options of a 1/4 inch apart instead of your typical 5 holes 1 inch apart, always giving you the perfect fit every time. If your waist fluctuates, Anson Belt is great because you can always find the perfect fit any time of the year. AnsonBelt.com. Over 10,000 combinations to choose from, a belt for every occasion, and the official belt of the Holt Naylor Show.
I'm Donald Stocks, owner of Pip Marketing Signs Print. We are your one-stop shop for just about anything printed. If we're not your go-to printer, please give us a call at 355-1636. We have over 80 5-star Google reviews and want you to be our next more than satisfied and well-pleased customer. Check us out at growatpip.com or stop in to see us at 3185 Mosley Drive in Greenville. Pip, where business goes to grow.
I lived with back and neck pain for 10 years.
I lived with pain for 10 years.
I lived with left knee pain for about a year.
I tried everything from pain medication to cortisone shots.
I did not want to go under the knife.
And then I found QC Kinetics.
Their holistic treatments fixed my back and my neck.
Their regenerative treatments fixed my knees.
Their natural treatments helped heal my knee pain.
Without surgery, drugs, or downtime.
If you want to be free from pain, come to QC Kinetics.
QC Kinetics, 252-645-6458.
Chico's Mexican Restaurant is the home of the best margaritas. Grab your amigos and head to Chico's every Tuesday for the Gulf of Mexico. A huge 38-ounce lime margarita for only $7.99. On Thursdays, relax and enjoy half-price pitchers of Chico's house margaritas. Choose from lime, strawberry, blood orange, raspberry, or peach. For Mexican food and fun, it's got to be Chico's Mexican Restaurant in downtown Greenville and online at chicosrestaurant.com. Chico's, where the fiesta never ends.
I sailed out of the port of Bristol with sailors wearing black armbands.
Pirate Radio.
And found ourselves proclaimed notorious pirates.
The voice of the pirate nation. You're listening to Hour 1 of Pirate Radio Live. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Overtime Tavern is on South Charles Boulevard, right across from the Sheetz gas station. You can come in for great food, cold drinks, all the game day action, and you can play some sports trivia on Wednesdays with our very own Clip Brock. Try their Philly cheesesteaks, glizzies, mouth-watering burgers, and delicious wings. And they're open until midnight, Sunday through Thursday, and open late until 3 a.m. on the weekend. There's always time on the clock at Overtime Tavern. And Country Mart has been locally owned and operated for over 40 years and is your premier country store, serving the best cheese, biscuits, and country food around. They're open every day, and they have 2 locations in Bethel on Highway 11 and in Stokes on Highway 903. Both locations are top-of-the-line fuel stations serving Shell gas, including 93 ethanol-free high-octane gas, which is good for boat owners. Country Mart, fueling you up with great food and your engines with great gasoline. Now let's head back into PRL. Here's Clip.
Back with you, Pirate Radio Live. We'll run through some of your questions and comments for Mike Mullis. Pike said, ask Mully if there are any rules that would have permitted the tournament officials to have tossed the Florida coach out based on his actions prior to the game beginning.
Yeah, there was a comment made at one point that I can't remember who made it, but the comment was made, now listen, you need to calm down because you don't have to coach this game. So they're apparently, well, I mean, I honestly, I think the site director has the autonomy to do what he sees fit to keep the peace. So I'm sure that it would have been, he would have probably had to have gotten approval from Indianapolis or something. But at some point, that comment was made to O'Sullivan that, hey, listen, you don't have to coach this game.
I don't know if that was heard because he was seeing red.
I don't know how much worse stuff he could have done.
I know.
Well, I mean, when people, what was he mad about? Well, and the 1 hour time delay was obviously a thing, was maybe the trigger. He was effectively a belligerent drunk at that point. I mean, he was just irrational, like, he's just off his rocker. And, I think there was some level of him trying to intimidate, just purely like, I'm going to get in your head to our guys. But I guess he doesn't realize that they play for Cliff Godwin, and and they do some things that are pretty tough, especially in the fall, and that's why Cliff does a lot of those things. But I will say that as bad as what O'Sullivan did, and listen, man, like, I've known that dude since he was at Clemson, not like great, but I've been around him in circumstances, and it maybe never has been my favorite guy. Dude, it has made me, like, I have true distaste for the SEC at large. And then you see Tim Corbin at Vandy come out and show his rear end, and Tom, Coach Walter at Wake Forest he had no business saying what he said. But it just seems so off character for him. He's the guy that's always been known as the coach that donated the kidney to the player who was a freshman back when, his first year at Wake Forest. He's one of the most mild-mannered, like, really, really good guys. And I don't know. I don't know if the pressure's getting to these guys. I said on the air, like, how can you be an SEC baseball coach where you have the most money, the most resources, the most talented players, and you make over $1 million a year? Like, what? Why are you so unhappy, dude? I mean, it ain't that bad. I mean, you could be, there's a lot worse things you could be doing to make a living and not make nearly the living.
Tyler says, I always listen to Mully instead of the TV. He's so much better. Well, Mully's usually on TV. So how's that work? Steve says Mully knows how to turn a phrase, as they say. KC says, ton of respect to Coach O. We need Mully on the radio full time.
Just ton of respect.
Irving says, I wonder if RAD has reached out to that bully of a head coach. He owes apologies galore. I can only imagine what would have gone down if he pulled that crap in G Vegas. Yeah, the whole apology stuff is so lame too. Like,
no, it's this is no different than, when you're raising a child and the child does something and you go, don't you owe them an apology? And it's almost like if it's not your idea to issue the apology, then is it really an apology?
Did Kevin O'Sullivan write one word of that?
Yes. So when you read that statement, when I was reading it, I'm like, yeah, I wonder who wrote this. But he goes out of his way to work in some of their program isms. Like, you'd have to read it back, and as soon as you read it through that lens, you'll go, okay, like one of the pillars of so they must have these 5 pillars of the program, and I can't remember how he words it, but you start to go, okay, he's still trying to lob stuff out to his players. It's right at the very close to the beginning.
Well, Ellerby texted me this earlier today. You can go to Florida's website. It's got a championship experience with integrity. It's got their strategic purpose, vision statement, core values, passion, integrity, excellence, respect, innovation, teamwork. So
somewhere in that interview, you start reading things where he's still trying to check those boxes, if you will. I don't know, lack of a better way to put it. But anyway, I don't know. Enough about that cat. We've given him more airtime than he deserves.
You make a good point, though. Like, if somebody goes up to you and says, hey, you need to go and apologize, and then he goes, all right, well, I'll do it. Instead of Kevin O'Sullivan being like, going up to the AD and saying, you know what, I need to make a statement. I need to apologize, and let's do this right now.
Well, the time to do it would have been the postgame.
Absolutely. And then Brian Bailey, he asked him about the situation.
Look, Brian Bailey went full court press, man.
Yeah, you handled it. You handled it.
Yeah, well, his handling it was that the lineup exchange. And I don't know if y'all have heard this part of it, but he goes up and, Cliff kind of does his jog out, shakes the umpire's hands, and I'm watching. I'm like, this could be interesting. I'm hoping we're gonna throw hats off and just freaking go at it. And they get up there and O'Sullivan always just plods along, he just moves so slow. But he gets up there, Cliff's got his hands on his hips, and O'Sullivan shakes the umpire's hands. And I'm watching, and I'm like, all right, here we go. Because I've seen Cliff one time this year earlier.
It's like debates. Are they going to shake hands or not?
Yeah, well, it was the UTSA series, maybe day 3, that Cliff opted not to shake hands, it wasn't just Cliff. That obviously has to be a mutual decision. But Cliff ain't gonna shake his hand, and O'Sullivan drops his head and apparently mumbles under his breath, "Sorry for what happened this morning." And then he sticks his hand out, kind of still got his head down a little bit, and Cliff shakes his hand away. They go to their prospective corners. But
he handled that so well.
That was so. The funny part is not the funny part. If you're truly like gonna make that apology, don't you say, "Hey, coach," to Cliff, if you're O'Sullivan, coach, can I talk to your team? Like, can you just give me 1 minute? Man, I owe Bird and Beschloss and Zayak. I owe them, those guys specifically, I owe them an apology, man, and I can't believe I did. Listen, it was disingenuous. And J-Bone, I guess you didn't like the comment that he should be fired. I totally think he should be fired.
Really?
Totally. And it's not just this. I mean, again, if you Google,
okay, yeah.
Okay, there is a history here of stuff that is like, dude, I mean, if winning is the answer, you hadn't won a national championship since 2016 or 17.
That's 8 years.
Yeah. So I mean, how much grace does that one buy you? I mean, I know when I do something good around my house, it buys me a little bit of time, but it ain't gonna buy me 8 years.
You bringing up past stuff? Okay, yeah, that's a good reason. Yeah. I just like solely off of this one thing.
Like, I think the situation of Wake Forest is totally different. I don't think he deserves to be fired. He made a mistake. He said something he shouldn't have. Should he have to pay a penance of some shape, form, or fashion? Absolutely, because he's held in that regard. But this is an ongoing, and quite frankly, this is a detriment to your program at large if your University of Florida baseball or the University of Florida AD, this is a black eye on your program, period.
Well, Mully, I don't know about that, because if you look at what the Florida fans are saying online, they have no problem with it. ECU, Coastal, everybody is soft, and O'Sullivan had every right to be upset. And Parker Bird is lying about what he said. Mm-hmm. And
so we're supposed to believe a player?
That's another thing. No way he does this unprovoked. And it's like, if it was anybody else, I could at least...
How do you give this guy the benefit of the doubt?
I could at least... No, I meant any other player. Yeah. I could at least be like, okay, maybe they made a snarky comment, maybe looked at him sideways or something, but it's Parker Bird, the nicest guy in the world.
Let me also tell you, from being the responsible adult in the dugout, you cannot be provoked by a 20-year-old dude to put your $1.5 million salary on the line just to go, okay, I'll show you. That's just stupid.
Mully did the announcer thing where there's like a blowout on TV and they cuts it to 17 with 3 minutes. Still got a chance here. But Mully at the end of the game said, all right, could be a little fireworks here. And you got me to stay tuned in to see if anything would happen.
Which game was that?
That was the second ECU Florida game.
Okay.
And I guess nothing happened afterwards. Nothing.
No, listen, I thought, I mean, literally, I'm like, okay. We talked about it off air. I'm like, okay, let's see how this goes. Now, I will say, our guys are they're tough cats, and there's some good-looking big dudes. But I
had another game to play too.
Well, and I don't think we certainly if it's a singular matchup, Cliff versus O'Sullivan, in the ring, and we're gonna fight it out. Okay, that's where. But if we just go man for man on the roster with Florida's height, weight, and size advantage, it's probably. I mean, you got Riley Johnson going after the 6'8" left-hander that started. I could just see him hanging on his leg or something, But I don't know that that was a matchup. We did great. We beat them in the game, and we sent them back to Gainesville, and just be happy with that.
Well, Riley would tell you that when he when he goes to swing, his arm goes out of socket or something like that.
Yeah, no kidding.
So I guess it's not like Little League. Are there no post-game handshakes in these baseball games? After a series,
there's so many rules about how that goes, but I think probably best just to shake your team's hand in this one, and let's move on.
Yep. All right, Mully. Man. Look.
Did we even talk about any baseball?
Not really.
No.
Talk about their unpreparedness.
Lance Williams hits the portal.
Yeah. 9 guys right now is the last number I had. So
I think it's at 10. Drew Downs entered earlier.
Okay.
Ian White.
Not a surprise there. Ian White, Drew Downs.
Michael Irby,
not to be confused with Austin.
The only interesting one is really Lance Williams.
Well, and, for now. But what becomes interesting is if you watch, again, Colby Thorndike's a great example. A dude that leaves the program and then comes back and torches it. And then if you go to the second baseman for Tulane. Rasmussen, you know, he leaves the program and then he comes back in the following year. You can't get him out, you know. So right now it doesn't feel like many of these are relevant, you know. But it's interesting to see kind of where their growth and maturity takes them, and you know, I mean, like I kind of would every now and then look at Nowak from last year,
who had a monster year.
Monster year, and on a team that won 10 or 12 games out in like Milwaukee or somewhere, you know. So but it's just interesting to see. You wish the best for these guys, and what I'll ask all the fans is, don't pass judgment on these kids, man. You don't know what the situations are. You don't know what the conversations were had. You know,
there's so many examples of people talking junk about the kids in the portal when they have these kids on their own, and I see that they announce my son is available in the portal. If anybody, you know, it's like if it happens in my home, it's different than if it happens out there.
Yeah, these are young guys that make decisions, and they have a lot of people in their ear. And you know, I'll be honest with you, I don't know, because Lance was a freshman, but he sat a year because of an arm injury. I'm wondering where he is age-wise, if he might not turn up in the draft. I don't know that he's age eligible. He potentially could be with all the way it works now with the reclass, and then he had the year with the Tommy John. So, but you know, we'll see where he lands.
All right, Mully. Man, that's it for Pirate baseball. Are you going to be watching the Supers? You're a baseball guy. You're gonna stick with it. I don't know if I'm in it or not.
Well, and I have a couple rooting interests with relationships, and so we'll watch it.
Duke hosting a Super this weekend.
And interesting. The word on the street is that Pollard may be next in line for the UVA job. So UVA. Coach Mack, Kevin McMullen, a lot of people here know, obviously, he and Brian O'Connor have left UVA to go to Mississippi State. So now the games begin with the dominoes and kind of where the pieces fall.
So here are your matchups: Louisville, Miami, Big East showdown; Florida State, Oregon State. That one will be in Corvallis. Where's Miami, Louisville?
Louisville.
Okay. North Carolina and Arizona, and Tar Heels hosting that one. Coastal and Auburn in Auburn. Arkansas and Tennessee. There will be some fighting going on there. LSU, West Virginia in Baton Rouge. LSU winning last night. Murray State taking on Duke in Durham, and UCLA and UTSA Roadrunners.
So if Pirate fans are looking for one to get behind, do you need any more motivation than Coastal versus the Bristol Carter-led Auburn Tigers? I mean, if you're just looking for one to get a little bit of dander up, maybe that's it. I don't know. And again, some fans that didn't have the best experience at Coastal, but you know, I just hope we get a Cinderella through this thing. And obviously, it looks like we'll get at least one that wouldn't perennially be there. So. You know, it's always fun to have that one to cheer for, and it doesn't look like it's going to be, the ACC SEC Invitational this year. So that'll be good. I still think the quote unquote, power conferences will dominate the spots, but it does look like we're going to get a little band to cheer for.
Mully, great job this weekend, man. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you, buddy. Appreciate you.
All right. Well, take a break. Come back when we return. Justin Hardy joins us live from Ottawa as he continues to prepare for the upcoming CFL season. We'll talk about that when we return after this.
Capital Subaru of Greenville is transforming your everyday commute into something a little more extraordinary. Subaru was just named 2025's best overall automotive brand by Consumer Reports, and there's never been a better time to drive one home. From the adventure-ready Outback to the sleek and efficient Forester, they got the perfect ride for you. In addition to their great selection of new and used car inventories, the Subaru Service Center is commanded by a team of experts, handpicked for their knowledge, passion, and promise to treat every car as if it's their own. Capital Subaru of Greenville, off Memorial Drive or online online at capitalsubaru of Greenville.com.
At Tiebreakers, we pride ourselves on serving
big, juicy wings.
I'm talking
big and juicy.
Our chickens are the same ones that kick sand in the other chickens' faces. If our chickens played football, they'd be linebackers. The competition's chickens, they'd be
skinny little kickers.
Trade those kickers in for linebackers. Join us today for
big, juicy wings.
All season long at Tiebreakers.
Tiebreakers, with 2 locations in Greenville and on Railroad Street in Winterville.
Stella Artois is a world-renowned Belgian beer with over 650 years of brewing heritage. Stella's rich, full flavor and smooth finish is perfect for making moments worth more. Stella's non-alcohol option, Stella 0.0, offers the same iconic taste without the alcohol, ideal for those looking to enjoy Stella anytime. Stella, whether celebrating big or small, Stella is the perfect choice for elevating the everyday. Proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989.
Hey Birdland, join us at Oriole Park for Father's Day on Sunday, June 15th at 1:35 to cheer on the Orioles as they take on the Los Angeles Angels. Arrive early. The first 15,000 fans will receive an Orioles straw hat presented by WBAL TV 11. Perfect for beating the summer sun, sport your Orioles fandom with his orange and black wide-brimmed hat. Treat Dad this Father's Day and come out for a fun-filled afternoon of Orioles baseball at the Yard. Get your tickets today at Orioles.com/tickets.
This is Dr. McGraw from Orthopedics East and Sports Medicine Center. Our practice has been caring for the athletes at ECU and the residents of Eastern North Carolina for more than 35 years. Whether it's treatment for your sports injury or it's time for that joint replacement, Orthopedics East provides the latest in operative and non-operative orthopedic care. We also offer on-site physical therapy and MRI services as well as walk-in urgent care on the weekends from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. For experienced and professional care, call us at 757-BONE or visit us online at orthoeast.com. Go Pirates.
Get ready, Pirate Nation. The 42nd Annual Washington Summer Festival is back, June 13th and 14th on the beautiful Washington waterfront. Enjoy live music by Craig Woolard and the Embers, incredible food, local craft vendors, and an amazing fireworks show lighting up the sky. 2 days of fun, flavor, and family-friendly entertainment. It's the summer kickoff you don't want to miss. Come celebrate the tradition, the music, and the magic at the Washington Summer Festival. For more information, visit the Summer Festival on Facebook.
Hey Pirate Nation, this is Parker Bird for my friends at Shimmer Boutique. New spring arrivals are here from all your favorite brands like Kinder Scott, Yeti, Local Boy, Pimp Shrimp, Simply Southern, and a lot more. Shop now at shimmerboutiqueonline.com and receive free shipping on all orders over $100. And don't forget, Shimmer is your place to get your very own Parker Bird shirt, available in youth and adult sizes. Shimmer in Greenville, Winterville, Jacksonville, and ShimmerBoutiqueOnline.com. Go Pirates.
Hey Pirate Nation, this is proud ECU graduate and former baseball player Brandon Manning inviting you to join my team at Farm Bureau Insurance. Right now is a good time to review your coverage with a local trusted agent like me. I will make myself available before or after business hours, and my clients always have my cell phone number if they need anything. From home, auto, or life, give me a call today and let's talk about your insurance coverage and about the Pirates. Call 531-1812 and go Pirates!
This is Garrett Saylor, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 1 of Pirate Radio Live. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Orthopedics East and Sports Medicine has been caring for Pirate Nation and the student athletes at East Carolina University for more than 35 years and are the official team physicians for East Carolina. Ortho East provides a variety of general and specialized operative and non-operative orthopedic services to meet the needs of the patients of Eastern North Carolina. For more information, call 757-2663 or visit orthoeast.com. And University PC Care has been Pirate Nation's go-to IT expert since 2006, and they are the local tech support experts for any of your business needs. Let University PC Care take care of it so you can take care of your business. Visit universitypccare.com to learn more today. Now let's head back into PRL. Here's Clip.
Back with you, Pirate Radio Live on a Tuesday. Man, former intern Brett is taking over the chat. He said, Root had a terrible year. He's been facing a lot better hitters than when he played in the American. Zach Root on the year 7-5, 3.78 ERA, 1 complete game.
Yeah.
Pretty awful. Awful numbers.
When he said that, I was like, dude, I watched him pitch like maybe 3 or 4 games, and every game I watched, he had like at least 8 or 9 strikeouts.
Yeah. Brett, what the hell
shut up.
What are you talking about, man?
Brett.
What do you stick to the Mets, dude?
Seriously, y'all got to shut up.
All right.
Before we get to Justin, Holton needs to delete his tweet. So Tom Thibodeau, former coach of the Knicks, got fired. Holton has his candidate. He wants Mike Malone.
Yeah. Oh.
His name is Michael.
Yeah.
Holton.
Don't call him Mike.
His name is Michael. Don't call him Mike.
He gets upset about that. What? Brett said all right. Anyway, we'll talk to you again, Brett, in a moment. All right. Justin Hardy joins us, Pirate Radio Live Line from, I guess, Ottawa, up in Canada, getting ready for the CFL season. Justin, how you doing, man?
Pretty good. How you guys doing?
Hey, doing all right. The ECU baseball season came to an end in the regionals this past weekend, Justin. The story was the behavior of the Florida coach, and I'll kind of bring this into football terms. I guess it's a little easier to chirp with baseball than it is football. We talked to Caden Norman, former ECU quarterback, and he said, yeah, when you're over on the opposing team sidelines, you can hear some stuff like that. But the main thing, Justin, was the Florida baseball coach basically dog cussing our players as they're walking out to the dugout before the game. And just curious, have you ever had a coach from another team talking to you? I know that's like taboo in sports, but does anything come to mind for you on that?
Not that I could think of. I don't think I ever had a coach come to me to talk junk to me, anything like that. Anytime a coach would come up to me, it's more so, hey, you're a good player.
Yeah.
Keep doing what you're doing.
Yeah, and we see that a lot, all the time. So that's what made this situation so strange, that you just don't see it a lot. And Justin, not much of a talker anyway. I don't know why he would wake up the sleeping bear or whatever, poke the bear.
They don't want to poke him.
Justin with the Ottawa Red Blacks getting some recognition going into this year after a great season where he led the league in catches last year. Saw former Pirate Jeremy Lewis, the South Central product, get an interception in a preseason game, Justin. So he's trying to make a roster up there. Have you started preseason action yet?
Preseason started and ended. Actually, we got our first game of the regular season this week, Thursday. We got the first game of the season. So, it comes at it fast.
Yeah, you won't lie. This thing does go fast. So, how you feeling 2 days away from the opener?
I'm feeling pretty good. Like I said, new season, new year. Looking forward to it.
Well, I'll ask Justin. You've been in the CFL and the NFL. What's the difference with camps leading up to the season between the NFL and the CFL? Obviously, the time of year, but what's the biggest difference between preseason camp?
I would say in the NFL, we had preseason usually is around a month long. We probably have around 4 to 5 preseason games, and it's continuous for those weeks. You might go 4 days, and then you get a day off or something like that. But in the CFL, it's more so 2 weeks pretty much of training camp, and it's every day, no days off. And then you're going straight into preseason games, and then after the preseason games, only 2 of them, you're going to the regular season.
Is it, Justin, like the NFL where the vets don't get a lot of preseason time? Were you on the sidelines a lot of the preseason?
Yes, it all depends. This year, like I said, we got our early game. We got the first game this year. So the first preseason game, we played a lot more than we did in the second one. I didn't play in the second preseason game just for the short week because the game was on Friday, and now we play Thursday. So quick turnaround. They just want to make sure the guys are fresh.
Ottawa at Saskatchewan, and this is coming up Thursday night, 9 o'clock and folks in the States can watch it on CBS Sports. So folks can watch Justin Hardy coming up on Thursday night. Justin, I know you have high expectations for yourself. How about the team this year? Y'all gonna make a run here, you think? You got some talent there?
That's definitely the plan. Like I said, new year, new goals. For us, I think for any other team would be championship. So I'm looking forward to it.
Thursday night, season opener. That's exciting stuff. Catch Justin Hardy and the Ottawa Red Blacks coming up this Thursday. Justin, I probably asked you about this, but heading into the season openers, man, there's something about them that are special. And I remember a lot of ECU and Washington Redskin Commanders season opener and how the expectations are so high and you're undefeated and all that. Do you still get the kind of goosebumps or whatever when you head into a season, or at this point in your career, is it just another kind of day at the office to you?
It's another day in the office. At the same time, you just want to make sure you put your best foot forward going into the game, preparing yourself throughout the week. And once the game gets here, you just go be free and play.
Justin Hardy joining us. You guys got anything before we wrap it up?
No, I'll ask Justin. How often do young guys go to you asking for advice with you being a seasoned vet now? How often does that happen? And what do you tell those young guys that are trying to get their career kick-started?
All the time. I tell the guys pretty much every day, there's no bad questions. For us, we just want to make sure everybody know what they're doing. So if you have a question, ask. And I'm not a person to gatekeep. Like, I want them to be the most successful they can be as well. So I'm giving knowledge that I can.
Justin Hardy, you can get Justin's premier vodka with Social House Vodka, the J-Rock Limited Edition. What do you like with your vodka drink, Chandler?
Some Sprite.
Sprite?
Yeah.
All right. I used to go cranberry. How about you, Jarrett?
A little lemonade, maybe.
Okay.
Fruit juice. Any fruit juice.
All right, good deal. Get that J-Rock Limited, socialhousevodka.com. Justin, good luck, man. We'll recap game one with you next week and talk about how it went. Good luck to you, bud.
Sounds good. Thank you, guys.
All right, there he is, Justin Hardy.
I
I
love watching Justin Hardy ECU highlights.
They're just so effortless. The routes.
Route running, catching.
How many bobbles do you think he had in his career? Not drops, but just bobble, not clean catches. He would just snatch everything.
The only ones I could think of were catches maybe in the corner of the end zone where he had to maybe reach out with one hand. But guess what? He made the catch most of the time. He made some crazy, crazy catches. I remember the one that he made at UB. He made a catch.
This guy was over at UB.
Dude, Chad threw him a crazy pass and it was caught by Justin Hardy. But no, at UAB, he made an unbelievable catch with 2 or 3 guys on him, but he just he went up there, got the ball, and ended up being the all-time receptions leader. And then, darn it, gets knocked off the list by another former Pirate, Zay Jones.
All right, let me address something. So, Brett in the chat said root could be LDT.
I think it's IDT.
I know.
He's typing like a child,
yeah.
which is
root, capital I, lowercase DT, which as a 43-year-old man, I'm supposed to know that means I don't think. Hey, Brett, you just typed out every single word here. Why would you shorten I don't think? Why don't you just shorten every word? Why don't you put RIDTHATY, and I'll know exactly what you're saying. He said root, I don't think had a terrible year. Okay, fine. So you didn't say he had a terrible year. I guess I'll apologize, but how about type out your words, dude?
Intern Brett texted me individually and said, I said IDT. Root had a bad year. Cliff can't read or doesn't know what IDT means.
Yeah.
I'd like an apology for the spreading of fake news.
All right, you just got it.
Nah, grow up. You're a college graduate. Type stuff out.
Brett also said, I love the Pirates. I just hated Mike Houston.
Brett also said, it takes too long. Gotta be quick to the punch before a new topic comes up. He's just doing shorthand all the time.
His abbreviations made us change topic.
What are you doing now, Brett, by the way? All right, how about this? Let's take a break and call Brett, and we'll get him on speaker.
Okay.
So I can...
we'll do that.
We do have comments from Mike Houston, though.
If Brett did like an official statement, it would just be nothing but like, you know,
IDY.
shorthand.
Yeah. SMK.
How's everybody doing?
LW.
Intern Brett's a real son of a bitch.
That's a pain in the rear.
He's a pain in the rear. I'm going to punch him in the knee. Oh, man. All right, we'll return Coach Mack, hour 2, Bryce Williams, hour 3, and Brett.
Fire.
Brett has infiltrated the chat. All right, back with you, Pirate Radio Live, after this.
Homeowners can face many challenges throughout this season, but our newest New Blue star, Dixon Williams, is here to slide in and save the day. Have a clog that's hitting a foul ball and nothing seems to be getting through? Dixon's fixing to get you flowing again. Feeling like your HVAC's in a slump? Dixon's sliding in to get your comfort back on track. Are swinging blind in a power outage? Dixon is delivering a power boost. So when problems arise, turn home strikeouts into home runs with New Blue, electric, plumbing, and air.
At Langley Contracting, we're superior roofing specialists. Whether it's a new roof or repairing your old one, we've got you covered. And best of all, we handle your insurance claims. We are locally owned right here in Eastern Carolina. We are licensed and insured and have a 25-year roof warranty. We can handle your gutter installation too, so everything is seamless. Call or visit us online at 214roof.com for your free estimate today.
Langley Contracting, your superior roofing specialist.
At Children's Health Services, we understand the importance of your child's well-being. This is Dr. Chris Osmick, and our mission is to provide comprehensive, patient-centered health care through every stage of child development, starting the day they are born in the hospital. We are not just here to treat illnesses. We are here to partner with you on your child's health journey. Schedule your appointment today to build a brighter, healthier world for your children. Children's Health Services, Arlington Boulevard, Greenville, or soon to be our second location on 10th Street. Go Pirates!
Hey, Righty, you feeling okay? You've been dragging all day.
Ugh, don't even talk to me, Lefty. These shoes are a disaster. My arch is crying.
Dude, we have to go to Fleet Feet. They have a 3D scanner to customize shoes for every foot.
Wait, like custom fit? For me?
Yes, you and me. They have the top brands such as OnCloud, Brooks, and Hoka, plus many more. Fleet Feet, where fit happens. Schedule your appointment at fleetfeet.com or come in today and treat your feet right. Find your perfect pair at Fleet Feet. Wings Over Greenville just turned up the heat with a new honey hotter flavor. Sweet meets spicy in the boldest way yet. Download the Wings Over app, enjoy the Frequent Flyer Club. Earn points, unlock exclusive deals, and redeem for free food. Save your go-to orders, order ahead, and skip the line. First-time app user? Get free tenders just for signing up. And when you order delivery through the app, you skip the middleman. No extra fees from third-party apps like Uber Eats or DoorDash. And don't forget, use the promo code PIRATE25 for 10% off your meal. So fly smart. Download the Wings Over app today or order now at wingsover.com. Wings Over, they deliver.
East Carolina Chrysler Dodge Jeep in Greenville is the place to find your next pre-owned vehicle. From high-end SUVs to trucks to cars, starting at just $99.95. There's no better place to find quality pre-owned trucks and SUVs than East Carolina Chrysler Dodge Jeep. Pre-owned inventory with a factory-certified 7-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty.
Go to ecauto.com.
East Carolina Chrysler Dodge Jeep, across from the Cockerel in Greenville. Come see us!
Your quality pre-owned selection is at East Carolina Chrysler Dodge Jeep. East Carolina Chrysler Dodge Jeep in Greenville is the place to find your next pre-owned vehicle. From high-end SUVs to trucks to cars, starting at just $99.95. There's no better place to find quality pre-owned trucks and SUVs than East Carolina Chrysler Dodge Jeep. Pre-owned inventory with a factory-certified 7-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty.
Go to ecauto.com.
East Carolina Cracked our Jeep across from the Cockerel in Greenville. Come see us!
Your quality pre-owned selection is at East Carolina Chrysler Dodge Jeep.
For pest control that packs a punch, BAM! Call on the experts at BAM Pest Control. Attention Greenville, BAM Pest Control is here to protect what matters most. Whether it's your business, your home, or your peace of mind. They don't just eliminate pests, they knock them out. BAM Pest Control is #1 in insect control, rodent control, and yard services like fire ants and mosquitoes. BAM! You're insect-free, safe, and comfortable. Call the experts at BAM Pest Control on Hooker Road in Greenville. 252-751-3160. BAM!
This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, 1250 and 92.7 FM Greenville, WDLX Washington, 930 and 104.1 FM Washington. You're listening to Hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live. Do you need custom t-shirts, apparel, or promotional items for your business, organization, or event? Keep it local. Print it local with University Sportswear. Contact them today at universitysportswearenc.com. Now, back to the show.
Back with you, Pirate Radio Live. Chandler, can you call Brett? And we'll have our interview with Mack McCarthy.
Intern Brett.
Let's see what Brett's talking about. I want to know what this guy does that he can just spam the chat with 14-year-old girl typing.
John.
Brett, you're on the air, so don't say anything stupid. Like IDT. What's up, buddy?
This is like when we called Parker Bird yesterday.
Much,
this might be
What's going on down there?
Not a whole lot, man. Just wondering what you're up to.
Well, I'm a golf caddy right now. Been applying to a few jobs. I'm in the interview process for a couple. Trying to get a job at Fox Sports or Fox.
Fox News?
Yep. Preferably Fox Sports, but it's taking a little bit.
Brett, I do apologize to you. I did not know IDT. So I'm sorry I twisted your words.
I appreciate the apology, Clip. I appreciate it. Root had a good year. Root didn't do bad. He's facing better hitters, but still punching people out with the fastball.
So you're a golf caddy?
Yeah, I'm on my 5th year golf caddying.
Okay, so like you're telling people what to pull out of the bag, huh?
Sometimes, yeah. Some people think that they can get the ball out of the rough with a wood or a hybrid, and I got to be there to tell them no. It's not going to get in the air.
Hey.
Kick out the wedge.
I wouldn't do that if I were you.
Are you in, where are you at? New York, New Jersey?
I'm back in New Jersey.
Back in Jersey. Good deal. I don't think I have any more questions for him.
No. So yeah, hey, keep us updated if you do get if you get a job with Fox Sports or maybe Fox News, maybe see you on Fox and Friends with Jesse Waters.
One day you will.
These terrorists are ruling the gabagool.
Brad couldn't hear that, but Jared said the terrorists are ruining the gabagool.
I said tariffs.
Tariffs. Oh, sorry. Tariffs and terrorists.
They all suck.
Jared ever had a nice slice of gabagool?
Yes. They have it at Jimmy John's.
The Taliban is taking over the gabagool. Al-Qaeda is taking over the gabagool.
All right, top story today on Fox News. Juan Soto goes 0 for 3.
Joe Biden hates the Mets.
It up. He's going to get high, and we're going to make our final stretch here because the final stretch for the Mets starts early.
Well, it's going to end like the Knicks.
Oh, come on. Who's the Braves in last place?
Well, around there, yeah. Marlins are still there.
What'd you think about Phibbs getting let go of the New York Knicks?
Tibbs.
I think he got to do it. He couldn't get the job done.
Nobody. The job has been done in 50-plus years.
They went to the Eastern Conference Finals first time 25 years.
Gotta move on.
Can't get the job done.
All
Find
right.
someone new.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you, Brett.
Go Pirates.
All right.
All right. Well, we can get you on for our NFL fan preview for New York Giants.
Oh, I would love that.
Week 1. IDT about that, but we'll see.
See you guys later.
All right, see you, buddy. Bye.
There's Brett. The gabagool is taking over.
Oh, man. He's a good, fun guy.
He is a great dude. He's fun to be around.
Yeah, too bad he showed up like 3 times to his internship here at Pirate Radio.
After messaging me several times saying, I'm ready to be locked in.
Yeah.
I'm ready to go.
He gave you this like big time pump up speeches like,
If
Next week, I'm going to be a warrior in there.
I'm going to be there every day, clawing, bleeding, sweating. I'm going to do it just for you guys.
If he put y'all down as references, would you be like, he only showed up 3 times, but he was great those 3 times?
I tell you what, he makes the most of his opportunities. I would love to be a reference for Brett or any Pirate Radio intern other than Zach.
Zach,
you want to call him out?
No.
Sports are great. You're not gonna.
Man, do I love sports.
You're not gonna call out intern Zach.
No, I like Zach, and we worked together and went on baseball trips together, and did a great job helping us out and doing coverage for ECU baseball and basketball,
and has the close to the attendance record for a student.
Showed up every day.
I want to say he's a great Pirate, but I'm going to walk that back and say maybe he's not.
IDT.
IDT if he's a great Pirate.
Just his tweets, man, really just.
Yeah. Life's been so much better since I muted him and unfollowed him and blocked him. I mean,
today he basically, to paraphrase, put out like, we claim to be the power of the AAC with baseball.
Yeah.
And showed like a UTSA highlight.
UTSA, new powerhouse.
So UTSA is the powerhouse now in the American?
Yeah. I don't get it. Like, and I feel like sometimes, man, he says, I love how ECU turned this season around, but as a program, I have a lot of thoughts that many people would hate. We claim to be the baseball powerhouse of this conference, ... as he quote tweets a video of UTSA knocking off Texas. UTSA just had this 1 year.
One year.
1 year that they were good.
Let's see what they do with it.
And now they're the powerhouse and East Carolina's not.
The Pirates have owned this conference, Zach.
I feel like
Stephen A. Smith, did we bring in an intern that...
I think we hired an intern who is on crack.
My God.
Sometimes I feel like he does this, like he doesn't think that, but he puts it out there just to get some... I don't know.
Damn it, he got us.
A lot of the point of Twitter is to get traction.
Bait us in.
Nobody likes my Tropic Thunder tweets, and that's fine. But I like them, so I put them out.
Yeah, as long as you like what you're doing.
But don't get me wrong, I don't hate Zach, but I hate his Twitter.
2 different things. All right, let's take this segment a few more minutes, then we'll take a break, and then we'll get on Mack McCarthy.
Updated full list of the transfers?
Let's do a full ECU baseball transfer portal list as we sit here on June the 3rd.
And by the way, this will be open until July 1st, so we're just getting started, but we'll go in chronological order from first to now. Keenan Bowman, Dawson Kerr, Neil Griffin, Tyler Brashear, Trevor Jackson, Michael Irby, Jason Janesco, Jaden Winter, Lance Williams, Ian White Jr., Drew Downs, and most recently Roger Vergara.
Which puts the number at?
I believe 10. 2, 4,
all right.
6, 8.
Double digits
12.
already.
12.
12?
2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Yeah.
Man.
I haven't heard anybody say, this might be controversial because nobody has said this, but do y'all think like NIL and the transfer portal are ruining college athletics?
You know?
See, I've been thinking about that.
You have thought about it?
And I'm glad you brought that up.
Right.
I've never thought
I
about
think it's time to, but now you're thinking about it, right?
Now that I think about it, you're making a great point.
But no, in fact, since the portal stuff opened, I've been sitting here thinking, man, sports is ruined. And not just sports in general, college sports.
Yeah.
And now when there's a problem, there has to be a reason for that problem. And now that you brought it up, I think it's NIL and the transfer portal.
And although we don't know what's going on in these kids' lives or like what's really making them transfer, should we hate their guts and send them death threats?
All right, get me their emails and their social media
Well, they're
handles.
all students, so I mean, just last name.
Yeah, we know their emails.
Yeah, student@students.ecu.edu.
And if you have their social media handles, Give me that too.
Well, a lot of them are tweeting out their phone number, which I don't really know if that's a smart idea.
Oh, no, I think it's a great idea.
I mean,
in fact, hey, go to one of those guys' Twitter, and we'll call them on the air right now.
I'm being serious now. Why are you tweeting out your phone number? I mean, you got to have bought an extra one, right?
Oh, burner maybe?
Yeah, because they're like
portal burner.
Yeah, because they list their stats and their years of eligibility. It's like, and then email, phone number. It's like, is that the smartest thing?
Yeah, that's a good point. I mean, I say that you at least put your email out there, but still people can contact you on that. And
but you can ignore email. If you're putting out your personal phone number, like it's buzz, 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 buzz.
But to your point, yes, we should hate these guys. But if East Carolina brings in a transfer,
we love them.
We love them because
they're a part.
It's a different situation.
Yeah.
But those 12 guys that you just
hate their guts.
Well, not just that. Here's what really hurts me.
What hurts the most?
They're not Pirates.
No.
Yeah. I mean, I wish them all the best, and it really does hurt to wake up to see Lance Williams in the portal this morning. But
that was your guy.
That was my guy. That it's really just I love Tropic Thunder, and you don't really see a lot of guys with Uncle Cracker facial hair wearing the number 98. Really good guy. And
his last name's Williams.
Yeah.
I don't know, just that last name really kicks
that's
it in.
a common last name, but
very common. There's a million people with that last name.
That is true.
They had to put the first initial on his jersey because there's other guys with the last name.
I just
Williams.
wanted to add to the list.
Dixon Williams.
Ever heard of him? Ever heard
Clarence
of
Williams.
Gavin Williams.
Yeah.
Willie Williams.
PJ says parents' numbers. Maybe they're the parents' numbers.
I would not give out my
Here's my
dad's
mom's
number.
phone number, guys. If you're looking for a picture, here's my mom's phone number.
Well, just don't give out your grandma's number because Alex Harper will be in the transfer portal digging it up.
I love when there's silence. We're all looking at Shirley. Shirley just did like an Undertaker look at me, slowly looking at me.
Shirley was laying down.
I'm trying to read this article to see if it's worth anything, and then you guys are chit-chatting. All of a sudden, everything goes quiet, and I'm like, oh, crap, what was I supposed to do?
You were supposed to hit Alex Harper talking about smashing.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I smashed anybody's grandma.
It's a little late.
There it is.
I killed the joke, sorry.
Wait, Alex Harper's in the portal? Did he graduate? Oh, wait, I know what he's doing.
Grandma.
Chad said, what is Uncle Cracker facial hair? Yesterday, you told me I had a little bit of Lance Williams. Are you saying I have some Uncle Cracker?
Yeah.
This is like a late 90s, early 2000s thing.
Kind of a faded stash, and you keep the little thing on the chin right there.
Kind of Fred Durstian.
Yeah.
Honestly, I liked when Kevin Garnett had
by the way,
chin hair.
That is not me like making fun of your facial hair. That is, I love Uncle Cracker, and I appreciate that.
You love Uncle Cracker.
Yeah, he's a
great
great
artist. Did you see
artist.
him when he came to Green?
I was front and center.
I did.
I was front and center, dude. We had a big star. Dude, when the sun goes down, smile. Come on.
Drift away.
Yeah. Give me the beat, boys. Feel my soul.
I want to get lost in rock and roll.
Jarrett was walking in, and this group of girls said, how do we go get to see Uncle Cracker? And he said, follow me. Everything is all right.
Yeah. Follow me. Everything is all right.
He then said he took them in at night, and they ran away. Tyler said, what's up, guys?
What's up, Tyler?
Hey, just a bunch of Uncle Cracker fans talking Uncle Cracker music. Uncle C-word. Sorry.
It's okay.
Uncle K-word.
Yeah.
I was about to say, yeah, that's okay.
At first, I thought Jared said it's okay. It's AK. Austin Knight. All right. Anything else this segment? We'll take a break and get to Mack McCarthy. We will keep up that list, Bone.
Oh, we'll do.
Unfortunately, it's going to grow as the offseason rolls on. We'll talk to a trader coming up in hour 3, Bryce Williams, who transferred from Marshall.
But we love him.
He's not a herd.
He's a bird.
He is a pirate.
It's ruining college sports, man. We need to talk about it.
You think so?
Yeah, let's talk about it at the other side.
Now we're doing Sports Talk Radio.
And in about 3 months, we're going to do conference realignment.
Yep, we'll hit on that. Bryce Williams scored a touchdown against the Gators.
Sure did.
Had a big game in the swamp. and a loss because the ball slipped out of Blake Kemp's hand.
Blake Kemp. I've never seen somebody throw the ball backwards when motioning forward, but that happened.
Never seen that. You're like these Pirate fans that are like, only East Carolina. But I've never seen a team leave 7 guys on base. Literally happens in every game. You've never seen the quarterback do that?
Throw the ball, motioning forward.
Well, hell, you've never heard of a guy with the last name Williams to land.
Yeah. Hey, and his last name is Will.I.Ams.
What kind of bubble do you live in?
It's a rock, brother, and I live under it.
Back with the Chan Man, Shirley Rhodes, and J-Bone, and Mack McCarthy after this.
Hey Greenville, John McCormick from the Yard Gnomes and ambassador of the Greenville Museum of Art. Get ready for the Summer Shindig. Wednesday, June 11th, 6 to 9 p.m. Morgan & Company Live, Nash Hot Chicken, drinks, art, baseball, raffles, family fun, right here at our museum. Shouldn't you dig it? For tickets and info, visit gmoa.org/summer-shindig. Don't miss it at the Greenville Museum of Art.
It's bow time. Bojangles is shaking up breakfast with the return of its sausage Bowberry biscuit. Savory, sizzling, country-style sausage topped with a drizzle of sweet icing, served on a made-from-scratch buttermilk biscuit stuffed with bowberries. Just when you thought you knew where breakfast was going, Bojangles flips the script. But head to Bojangles soon, because even though breakfast is served all day, the sausage Bowberry biscuit is here for a limited time. Order yours today. It's bow time.
Stella Artois is a world-renowned Belgian beer with over 650 years of brewing heritage. Stella's rich, full flavor and smooth finish is perfect for making moments worth more. Stella's non-alcohol option, Stella 0.0, offers the same iconic taste without the alcohol, ideal for those looking to enjoy Stella anytime. Stella, whether celebrating big or small, Stella is the perfect choice for elevating the everyday. Proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989.
Make things happen this year with the new John Deere. In just one visit to Quality Equipment, you'll find the right lawnmower, compact tractor, or Gator UTV that will save you time and money on your next project. Keep things running all season long with the help of our experienced parts and service team. Your new Deere isn't far away. Find current offers and budget-friendly packages at your local Quality Equipment with 36 locations across North Carolina, South Carolina, and Virginia. Visit QualityEquip.com to get started. That's QualityEquip.com.
Washington's favorite place to eat and where all the locals go is down on Main Street. Down on Main Street is now open 7 days a week. Stop by for the house salad with grilled chicken, the half club sandwich with chips, or everyone's favorite, the fried shrimp plate. After work, Down on Main Street is the perfect spot for dinner and drinks on the patio. Join Down on Main every Wednesday for half-price wings from 4 p.m. to close. Down on Main Street in historic downtown Washington. Go Pirates!
Are you thinking about purchasing a new home? Stop by and see us at Integrity Home Mortgage at our new location in Greenville at 1420 Arlington Boulevard. This is Talbot Green at Integrity Home Mortgage. We offer a wide variety of loan programs to help get you pre-approved. Our team of Talbot Green, Braxton Green, and Joanne Weir has over 50 years of experience and is committed to providing you with superior customer service you deserve. To get started, call me, Talbot Green, 714-2076.
Talbot Green, NMLS 120331. For informational purposes only. Integrity Home Mortgage Corporation is an equal housing lender. NMLS 208516.
Phelps Chevrolet is the dealer to see for a car or a truck or an SUV. The best service and quality. That's the Phelps guarantee. Phelps Chevrolet, the name you can trust. Phelps Chevrolet, you can count on us. The name you can depend on. Phelps Chevrolet.
Get you one. Great food, great atmosphere, and great service is Ottavola Market Cafe. Ottavola is simply a restaurant that focuses on that, being a great restaurant. There's something for everyone at Ottavola. The menu offers a variety of great choices like pastas, pizzas, sandwiches, soups, salads, and seasonal rotating selections. Lunch or dinner, Ottavola is always the right call. Call ahead and get Ottavola to go, or stop by the bar for a drink with friends. It's simple. Come and eat at Ottavola Market Cafe, Red Banks Road next to Food Lion, and OttavolaMarket.com. Ottavola, Pirates supporting pirates.
If you think football never ends, then you belong with us. Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation. You're listening to Hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live. Do you need custom t-shirts, apparel, or promotional items for your business, organization, or event? Keep it local. Print it local with University Sportswear. Contact them today at universitysportswearenc.com. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Town Insurance is your premier independent insurance agency. From maximizing opportunities to minimizing risks, Town's insurance advisors offer expert professional advice to clients of all sizes. For personal or business insurance questions, call 756-8300 today. Now let's head back into PRL. Here's Clip.
Back with you, Pirate Radio Live. Let's get to our weekly chat with Coach Mack McCarthy, who I spoke with a couple hours ago. He's in the coaching fraternity. What's going on with those coaches? We talked about that. A little NASCAR, a little football, and more. Here it is. Joining us today on Pirate Radio Live, our weekly chat with Mack McCarthy. Coach Mack, how you doing, sir?
I'm good. We've had a lot to watch. Softball has been great. Baseball has been great. NASCAR finally turned in the right direction for me, I think. But it was a good race regardless. I like that track in Nashville for some reason.
Ryan Blaney, a winner. We will discuss that. But first, a new segment on the show, Coaches Behaving Badly. Coach Mack, what's going on with y'all?
I don't know. Florida has a little reputation for some of that. All the way back to Spurrier and football. Their softball guy seems to get in a little trouble every now and then, and he's been there a while. And they've had basketball coaches like Norm Sloan and some folks like that. So this isn't anything new for the University of Florida, I don't think.
Let's talk about a couple of different things to hit here, and with your history and expertise, a bit taboo, right, to talk to an opposing player. We'll get to the site rep stuff too, but we had Danny Beal on the show yesterday. He called Parker Bird to give an account of his firsthand account of what Kevin O'Sullivan said to him and where Kevin O'Sullivan told him to stick a whiteboard. The bit taboo to talk to opposing players, correct?
Yeah. During the game, before the game, after the game, that's kind of off limits. I avoided that a lot. I've got a story about talking to a player one time, but Sonny Smith, my old boss, he would never come out, a quick one. He would never come out to watch warm-ups, but he would come out when we played Georgia to talk to Eric Marbury, who was maybe the leading scorer in the country, played in the NBA forever. And he would come out specifically to talk to him. And every time he ran by, he said, I can't believe he didn't let you shoot more. Or if you were here, you'd be shooting the ball every single time, because he knew Marbury was going to jack it up every time he touched it. But that's one of the few times, and that was sort of in fun. That wasn't really anything malicious. But no, you don't talk to the other players regardless of what's going on.
And then, Mac, you've got the videos of Kevin O'Sullivan talking to the Coastal folks, the site rep, which was Mark Scalf, the old UNCW coach, right. And Coastal's baseball coach, came out with a pretty great rant after the win over ECU regarding the behavior of Kevin O'Sullivan. But you've been at conference tournaments, you've been to NCAA tournaments where kind of you or the opposing team doesn't really control what's going on. It's kind of the NCAA or the conference at that point, and you're playing indoors, so you don't have to deal with weather delays and stuff like that, but games run long and different things can happen. So did you ever, I know you didn't have a run-in like we saw with O'Sullivan, but did you ever feel like you were getting cheated or another team was getting preferential treatment, or maybe you were getting the preferential treatment and had to talk about that with somebody. How about that whole situation?
No, I had that situation occasionally during the regular season when you're playing on an opponent's court and that kind of thing, and when you get there for shoot around or practice the day before, or even the day of the game, we had a lot of teams do some, participate in some gamesmanship. How about we say it like that? Whether it be flattening balls or painting the locker room an hour before the game, or jacking up the heat and that kind of thing, or having the hotel offer to clean your room at 6:30 a.m. We had a lot of different things happen in the SEC, but no, you just can't do that, and especially in this day and age. Think about what you and I talk about all the time, or you and all the guys and gals that are on Pirate Radio. Always assume the mic is hot and someone is listening, because you may have been able to do that 20 years ago before everybody had a cell phone and everything was bound to be repeated within 5 minutes of you saying it. You might have been able to deny it or put a different spin on it, but he was caught red-handed, so to speak.
And speaking of that, just had more apologies drop earlier today from the Wake Forest coach and their athletics director for, I guess, a comment made during the in-game last night. But as you just said, Mac, assume you are being watched, or maybe just don't say things like that would be the best possible way to kind of get out of it. But, we got another coach apology, this time coming from Wake Forest.
Yeah, I didn't know anything went on there, but at Tennessee, the way Tennessee does some things, especially in baseball with their head coach and team, I can imagine that I might react poorly in that situation. I don't know what it was about or anything else, but the apologies are a little bit after the fact, and do they really help?
God.
But it just proves everybody right that what was said was wildly inappropriate in the situation for the University of Florida.
Bone, I believe, do we have a gay slur caught on camera? Is that what that was?
Yeah, it was a homophobic slur, followed 2 pitches later. The guy he called that homophobic slur, 2-run bomb.
Yeah, that's a good way to
wow.
combat that. So more BS apologies out there today. And
yeah.
Just got to use those buzzwords, unacceptable, not my character. This is not a reflection of who I am.
Yeah.
I let my emotions get the best of me.
Yeah. Just throw all that in there.
That old thing about you are what you do.
Not true, Mac. Everything I say is not who I am.
Okay.
I'm a completely different person.
I've heard that. But only from you.
Oh, man. So, looking forward to the Super Regionals to see who else gets in trouble. That's all I'm watching for now, that ECU's out.
I imagine everybody will be on their best behavior after what's happened so far.
Good grief. Heck of a run here. As far as, it was good to see some SEC teams lose, including the Gators twice to
13 out of 17. That's pretty incredible, and they broke another record. Nobody has ever lost 9 teams in the first round of the NCAA baseball tournament, and I can't say I didn't enjoy that a little bit.
Sure, and now we move on to the Super Regionals, and Mac, I think you brought this up from a football standpoint. All of the If you talk to somebody who hasn't followed it and say who's in what conference now, you'd be very confused. But a lot of teams that were in other conferences came in last year and won in their new conference. And now you've got a situation like the Big Ten, for example, in baseball, because I was kind of thinking about it on Selection Show Monday last week when we did that. Who is good in the Big Ten? And the answer is the old Pac-12 schools are good in the Big Ten in baseball.
And the same thing with softball. There's one original Big Ten or SEC team in the Final 8, just one. And that's Tennessee. Everybody else came from the Big 12 or the Pac-12.
Then you throw in Oklahoma and Texas, and you throw in your UCLA's and
UCLA, Oregon, and you've got Texas Tech in there with the Big 12 and that kind of thing. So one original SEC team or Big Ten team in the softball, and you mentioned the baseball situation with Yeah, and the football thing I think is very apropos. A Big 12 team won the Big 10. A Big 12 team won the SEC. An American Conference team won the ACC. We're talking regular season now. Nobody won. The SEC team didn't win their league. Big 10 team didn't win their league. ACC team didn't win their league. And the Big 12 team didn't win their league.
Hey, that's why we have conference expansion. And hey, our teams stink. Let's bring in some new ones. Let's bring in some good ones. And who I've asked you this a week or two ago, Coach Mack, and I believe your answer was everything is not settled. That's probably not a great word, but you don't think we see any more expansion, realignment for a little while? Is that what you said?
I think it'll be at least 5 years before we see anything, unless there's something just major, and television jumps in and gets involved. I can't see any expansion, before 2029.
Mac, did you follow Sankey? I was in baseball mode last week when I guess Greg Sankey talked about the SEC. What were the biggest talking points coming out of that when it comes to college football in the SEC?
Well, and this is just my opinion, but I thought he was a little sanctimonious, if you'll pardon the pun. Instead of Sankey, I thought he was sanctimonious a little bit. But yeah, telling people that I don't need to be lectured about the good of the game, and then he proceeds to lecture everybody about the good of the game. He's doing a great job as commissioner of the SEC. He has made them a powerhouse, although nobody really points out they don't make as much money as the Big Ten. The Big Ten makes more money than the SEC. They've also won the last 2 national championships in football. But and of course, the real critics of the SEC will say that now that everybody's paying players, it'll be a little bit harder for them to win. But it's a great league. You look what they do in softball, baseball, basketball was unbelievable. Football is always really good. They put a lot of emphasis on it, spend a lot of money on it. So he's done a great job in that. But I would question him as to whether he is actually looking out for the good of the game and what's good for college athletics in general. And the big thing to come out of their meetings was that they sort of want to go with the 5 automatic qualifiers, the 4 Power 4 and the 1 group of 5 and then 11 at large. I don't think you can make a playoff scenario where they don't have an advantage because they have more good teams than everybody. But it ought to be as fair as possible. And they started out with the 4-4-2, 2 and 1 kind of automatic qualifier now, and now they're it's sort of like at the 5 and 11. But the Big Ten doesn't want to go with that unless the SEC goes to 9 conference games. And the ESPN, ABC, that package, they've said, we'll pay for that extra game. We'll pay you a premium for that extra game, but they still won't commit to it. Their coaches are totally against it. And everybody, again, looking out for what's best for themselves rather than what's best for the good of the game.
There you go. It's that way in life a lot of times, and certainly that way in athletics. So Coach Mack, a couple weeks ago, we got the field was set kind of as far as the teams go and conferences and everything, but we did have a tweak to the playoff for this upcoming season, which would be we're just gonna go with the top 4. It doesn't matter if you won your conference. If you're a conference champion, you're not going to see an Arizona State or a Boise State get a bye like we did last year. When do you think do we play this season out, Coach Mack, and then have the new format released, or do you think it comes out mid-season, during the season, before? When do you think we see this 2026 playoff format?
No, I say a lot of things on this show that are probably they probably end up in the trash heap or incorrect. But that's the one thing I said was going to happen. That's the only change for this year, and that'll be the only change for this year is that they'll seed the teams 1 through 16 because last year it really wasn't fair the way it was interesting and entertaining, but it wasn't fair to anybody really. So that'll happen this year, and then going forward. before December, maybe earlier, but certainly before December, we'll know the format, and almost assuredly, almost 100%, it'll go to the 16 teams, and then what happens from there on is still up in the air, whether they go with the big number of automatic qualifiers or the minimum number of 5 automatic qualifiers. I don't think they'll go to a straight 16 at large teams.
Right.
I don't think they'll do that.
I hope not.
There'll be an awful lot of blowback if they do that.
And I mean, that blowback would be from a Group of 5 standpoint.
Sure.
Who else would blow back on that? What other conferences?
I think everybody outside of the SEC and the Big Ten would.
Okay. Yeah.
I don't think there's any question. The only hang up, the only thing we're waiting on now is the Big Ten to give in, or the SEC to give in on whether the SEC plays 9 games. And ironically, the ACC is sitting there. They're also playing 8, but nobody mentions that because they haven't been much of a factor here in the last 3 or 4 or 5 years.
They really are kind of an afterthought now, and they're playing 8, but we're seeing more of these ACC teams playing non-conference games, right? I've seen
and I think that's smart. There's some rivalries that you need to continue, and we did this in the Southern Conference a long time ago when we were put in different divisions with Marshall to start with. When we went to divisions in the SoCon, we continued to play Marshall twice a year. It was terribly confusing for the fans. One of them was a conference game, one of them was a non-conference, and then we did the same thing later on when ETSU came back into the league. They left the league, came back in, and they were in a separate division. And I wasn't there then, but they continued to play them twice a year. But I don't see anything wrong with that. I think that's a really smart move in all sports.
Yeah, cover your ears, Pirate fans. They don't want to hear that, but it makes more sense.
Pirate fans are happy right now. Baseball was salvaged, and everybody jumped back on the bandwagon. It was great.
Well, Kevin O'Sullivan really united all of us, so I got to thank him for that.
Beating Florida twice didn't hurt either.
It's great when you have a common enemy. Everybody can hate Coach Mack, and he did his job.
I was
funny.
Right
there with you.
It was funny because Saturday night it was just ECU Coastal, like we hate each other, and then Sunday morning it was like still screw Coastal, and then all that came out, and everybody just started holding hands, singing "Kumbaya." We hate Kevin O'Sullivan.
There's a phrase, Coach Mack. Everything is wrestling, and there's a good guy, there's a bad guy, there's a plot twist, there's a turn. Like, I went into this thing thinking Coastal was going to be the heel. They were going to be the bad guy. They were going to be the rival. And like Jarrett said, almost turned out that we had a match with Coastal, and at the end we shook hands in the middle of the ring, and then we both just beat up Florida, basically. And
there's an old saying that the enemy of my enemy is my friend.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. One more question I had on the playoff. In your best guess, Coach Mack, do you think we see you think they go with the 2-year format deal? Like, we're going to do this for 2 years and then revisit it? Do you think they expand that to 5? Do you think they say, hey, let's just do it for 1? What's your best guess at when they go back to the drawing board?
I think it'll be 5 or 6. I think they want some continuity and want some stability and want something to be able to plan for, and because it does affect how you schedule and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So I think they'll want some stability. I'd be surprised if it doesn't go to 5 or 6.
Mack McCarthy joining us today on Pirate Radio Live. Coach Mack quiz. Can you name the 2 teams in the NBA Finals?
I can. Oklahoma City and Indiana, yeah, Pacers.
So, will we have a first-time NBA champion this year? Have the Pacers ever won?
I don't think they have.
I don't either.
Yeah, I was going to say yes, first time.
Yeah, no OKC for sure. So, although Seattle won, late 70s, Mac? But does that count? I don't think that counts for Oklahoma City.
They have their history, but, I mean, are we really going to say the Thunder have a NBA championship?
The Thunder do not, but yeah.
Nah.
That
doesn't count.
All right. There you go. So there's that. Can you name the 2 teams in the Stanley Cup final?
Yeah.
You know who beat the Hurricanes, right?
Florida is
Yes,
in
sir.
there, and the Penguins.
I think you just wanted to say the Penguin. Did you watch the Penguin on HBO Max? It was actually good.
No.
You're
No,
not I don't look at you as a comic book guy. It's more of a mafia show than it is a comic book show. I don't know if that would.
Okay. All right.
But,
If things dry up on the streaming, I'll jump on it.
It's worth watching, I think. Who's the actor, Jared?
Colin Farrell.
Colin Farrell. Yeah, I mean it was a good
He's
show.
good. He's good.
All right. Oh, Edmonton Oilers, by the way, taking on the Florida Panthers.
Oh, I was close.
Go Canada. Sorry, I can't pull for the Panthers. What are you looking at over there, Jared, on your phone that you want to talk about?
NASCAR.
Yeah, that's where I was getting to. So Coach Mack finally won a race?
Yep. He's not in the positives, but he's not in the negatives. He is at a flat 0.
A 0. There you go, Mac.
Outstanding.
Nobody had a DNF. Clip got no points. I had the best average. So, good weekend for me and Mac.
I thought I was going to get the best average there for a while. I had them all up there in the top 5 for a minute, but some of them faded on me.
Ty Gibbs is the only one that really screwed you.
Yeah.
Getting in the 30s.
I don't know
there.
what he broke or something. He was going about 25 miles an hour at one time.
So what was the deal with Denny Hamlin? I wasn't able to watch the race, but I saw like headliners like he had a top 3 finish after a grueling final stage.
Yeah, it just didn't go right for him. But he got beat on the restart, and then it was hard to make up. Unless you had a really long run, it was hard to make up ground.
Okay.
Anything else from last week in NASCAR?
No.
I learned yesterday that Ryan Blaney had a dad in racing. Had no idea, Coach Mack.
Oh yeah, Dave Blaney, yeah, and his uncle Dale Blaney was an outstanding Outlaws guy in Ohio, maybe a national champion. And I actually coached against his uncle Dale Blaney. He was a guard. He and Bob Huggins were the backcourt for West Virginia way back in the early '70s. How about that for some trivia?
How was Huggy Bear as a player?
He was pretty good. He made a 3/4 court shot to beat us one time.
Oh wow!
At the end of a game, yeah, that wasn't much fun. But yeah, he was a little. I don't know about obnoxious, but
I can see that.
He was a little controversial even as a player. He was hard. He was tough.
Sounds about right. That's you described him as a coach there, and talking about him as a player.
Exactly.
This week we are in Michigan.
Yep.
All right.
Michigan, and then off to Mexico.
Whoa! Viva Mexico 250. Interesting. Is this? Have they done that before?
Not the Cup, right, Jared?
Yeah.
Not
the Cup.
They've done the Xfinity and the trucks, and if I'm not mistaken, it's a road course.
Jared was in Conway watching baseball Sunday night. I was watching baseball. Coach Mack, how was the prime call of the race? Any better?
Oh, I mean, it was still good. I mean, we still got a little too much screaming from Junior. Letarte dialed it way back. He didn't scream as much, but and then Junior said something today that just blew my mind. He said they asked him, and I don't know what format, what platform, but they asked him anybody remind him of his dad, and he said Hocevar and Chastain. That was a smear on his dad's reputation in my mind.
Yeah, I saw that. I had the same feeling.
Oh.
Does he have a connection with those guys?
No, I don't even think he likes them.
Maybe he didn't like his dad.
He didn't like his dad much, to start with, anyway.
Oh man, interesting. All right. Well, Coach Mack, I guess that's about it for this week.
Good deal. Good
we'll
show.
dive in. So we got June, July. We'll dive into. I want to talk more and more kind of football previews as we move along. So we'll think of a good format for that because Coach Mack got me. I said it last year. I don't know if it was the expanded playoff or realignment or my conversations with Mack. I think all of them helped my love for college football. I was really into it last year, and we'll get folks fired up about it this year, Mack.
Okay, and something to be thinking about as you start to look forward to the season. There are no real dominant quarterbacks out there. There are a bunch that could be, but nobody separated themselves. You got people that are hurt or inexperienced or finally getting their chance, but there are a whole bunch. There are probably 40 or 50 guys that you could make a case might be one of the best quarterbacks in the country, and that's something as you start making your predictions, you're going to have to get into and study a little bit.
Okay, good stuff. We will we'll hit that quite a bit here over the next couple months.
ECU and quarterbacks, Mike Wright, right? Is Mike?
Yes.
Yeah. If you didn't see it, I don't know, everybody looks at the Athletic, but there's a really nice article about quarterback dads and the quarterback position and, coaches dealing with quarterback dads and that kind of thing. And he was featured toward the end of that article in a very positive light.
Oh, good. I didn't know where that was going. Good to hear positive.
Really nice. Really
good,
nice.
Good. Had a great interview with Holt Naylors on the Holt Naylors show. Seems like a cool, nice young man. So, yeah, that's good to hear. All right, Maxter. Enjoyed it, man. Have a good week.
Thank you, guys.
Hey, and I don't want to see an apology letter coming from you this week, so behave. McCarthy joining us on Pirate Radio Live. Coaches behaving badly. All right, we'll take a break, come back, wrap up hour number 2. Got Bryce Williams, hour 3. Jamie, if you're tuned in, you're so predictable.
You did something that we knew you were going to do.
We talked about it before the show, but it is funny. It makes me chuckle. I'll tell you what that is when we return Pirate Radio Live on a Tuesday. Back with you after this.
Spring is a great time to plant flowers, trees, and bushes. When planning your landscape, please keep in mind that you should never plant anything within 3 feet of a gas, electric, or water meter. The same thing applies if you have an electric transformer in your yard, except keep plants 8 feet clear of the front in case crews need access during a storm or an outage. Always remember to call 811 at least 3 business days before you dig to avoid underground lines. This important safety message is from your neighbors at Greenville Utilities.
If you're hungry for a great steak with honest-to-goodness flavor, head over to Larry's Steakhouse, open Monday through Saturday at 11 a.m., serving up hand-cut, aged ribeyes, tender grilled salmon, bold grilled shrimp, and juicy grilled pork chops, all right off the flame. Pile your plate high with a 25-item salad bar. Try one of our hearty daily lunch specials. Larry's Steakhouse, good food, good folks, and a good time. Located at 2800 East 10th Street across from the old Highway Patrol Station. Call 751-6510 for takeout and reservations. Larry's Steakhouse.
North Carolina State Parks is celebrating the 50th anniversary of Jockey's Ridge State Park, June 5th through the 8th in Nags Head, North Carolina. Exciting educational activities will take place, including yoga on the dunes, kayak trips, big canoe trips, a sandcastle building contest, and a horseshoe competition. All activities are free to the public. Special events also include a drone show, a concert by the Connells on June 5th, and bubbly toasts at sunset. For tickets and a full schedule, visit jockey'sridge50.com.
At Children's Health Services, we understand the importance of your child's well-being. This is Dr. Chris Osmick, and our mission is to provide comprehensive, patient-centered health care through every stage of child development, starting the day they are born in the hospital. We are not just here to treat illnesses. We are here to partner with you on your child's health journey. Schedule your appointment today to build a brighter, healthier world for your children. Children's Health Services, Arlington Boulevard, Greenville, or soon to be our second location on 10th Street. Go Pirates!
Looking for bold flavors and badass deals? Get to Bad Daddy's Burger Bar in Greenville. Right now, the Badass Margarita is just $8. Yeah, you heard that right. Feast on the mouthwatering burrito burger, dig into their elote street corn dip, and treat yourself to the churro crunch shake. Wash it all down with BD's Amber Ale, just $4 all day, every day. Or sip one of their signature cocktails, like Southern Peach Tea or Daddy's Dragonberry. And don't miss half-off appetizers the last 2 hours before they close. It's not badass if it's not Bad Daddy.
caddies.
East Coast Grading and Utilities is your source for clearing, hauling dirt, and concrete work. East Coast Grading and Utilities handles all sewer and water issues as well.
I'm David Vaughn. Whether putting in a new subdivision or helping you with any and all of your drainage problems, I can get the job done. Call me at 531-7494.
No job is too big or too small. East Coast Grading and Utilities. Friends helping friends. 531-7494 for East Coast Grading and Utilities.
Escape to Beaufort this summer with exclusive savings at the Beaufort Hotel. Save 25% with Beaufort bonus days on Sunday and Monday during stays in June, July, and August. Immerse yourself in the beauty of the Crystal Coast. Experience waterfront dining at the award-winning 34 Degrees North restaurant. No advance deposit required and free cancellations up to 48 hours before arrival. Life is a little simpler at the Beaufort Hotel. Book your exclusive summer escape now. Visit BeaufortHotelNC.com or call 252-728-3000.
Are you tired of dealing with IT headaches? Does this sound familiar? Phones, Wi-Fi, or email always acting up? Are you afraid of phishing scams, data breaches, or ransomware attacks? Every minute your systems are down, you're losing money. If you're nodding your head, it's time to call cybersharks.net. We handle IT so you can focus on growing your business. Fast, reliable, and always there when you need us. Call 321-7800 today and get IT support that actually works. Cybersharks.net. We keep your business swimming.
Pirate Radio.
An actual pirate?
Obviously. Duh. The voice of the Pirate Nation. You're listening to Hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live. Do you need custom t-shirts, apparel, or promotional items for your business, organization, or event? Keep it local. Print it local with University Sportswear. Contact them today at universitysportswearenc.com. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Caleb Stroud of Stroud's Marine grew up on the water and has loved boating his entire life, and that's why in 2012 he decided to give back to the marine community by creating a way for boaters to order pre-owned salvaged marine parts online. Stroud's Marine was born to offer incredible prices and unparalleled customer service. Their mission is to save you money and get you back on the water as quickly as possible. Visit StroudsMarine.com today for more information. Stroud's Marine, your best source for salvaged outboard parts. Now let's head back in to PRL. Here's Cliff.
All right. Thank you, Shirley. Jarrett is here.
Yep.
And Chandler's here. I'm looking. I was looking to see, Shirley, is there softball World Series tonight? Can you look that up for me?
Let me double check, but I think it's not until Thursday. But let me double check that real quick.
Carolina Hurricanes coach Rod Brindamore said he was surprised when Florida Panthers coach Paul Maurice asked him not to participate in the series-ending handshake line last week, and said he disagreed that it should just be for the players. Maurice has attempted to start a new tradition in the NHL in which coaches and staff don't participate in a handshake line.
Okay. Strange.
Maurice, let's see. Maurice said he appreciated Brindamore agreeing to it. Quote, there's this long list of people in suits and tracksuits. We had like 400 people on the ice. They're all really important to our group, but not one of them was in the game. There's something for me visually with the camera on just the men who played, who blocked shots, who fought for each other, Maurice said. Brindamore said he understood his point of view, but he said that participating in the handshake is about gracious losing, and that he won't continue Maurice's tradition next year. All right.
Good stuff.
So if one coach doesn't want to shake hands, is the other coach going to say this? I want to shake your hand.
I want to shake your hand.
I want to shake his hand.
I don't know why that's a headline on ESPN, but that tells you kind of where we are in the sports.
Yeah, in a little
calendar.
bit of a dead period before the finals start.
It's football preview season is what it is.
Yes.
So NBA Finals start Thursday. NHL Stanley Cup Game 1 is Wednesday.
Women's College World Series Finals starts tomorrow night at 8 o'clock.
So I hope you like Major League Baseball.
Nope.
Okay.
Hey, Zach Agnos got a save last night.
Yep. Rockies win.
Sure did.
They got mad when they saw that stat floating around that Scotty Scheffler and the Colorado Rockies had the same number of wins from May 2nd going into June 2nd.
Well, now there's a new stat. More tornadoes have touched down in the Denver metro area than the Rockies have won games.
The stats to consider.
That's what?
By the way, shout out. I say shout out. I'm sorry. Condolences go out to the Agnos family because Zach's grandfather passed away a couple of days ago, so he was kind of pitching with a heavy heart last night.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Good to get that save for a man who watched his boys grow up and play baseball.
Did y'all say Zach Agnos?
Yeah.
The guy from Barstool?
Yeah. The guy from the Yak.
From the Gauntlet?
The all-time Gauntlet champion. Jamie Chandler and I joked when we saw the Lance Williams news. I wonder if he had swam in Cliff Godwin's pool.
I said, I hope he didn't swim in Coach G's pool or ate his food.
Because that went back to an interview with Cliff, right?
Yeah, talking about a former player that transferred. I want to say around this time last year.
And he swam in my pool. And
then I brought that up, and then Clip said, Jamie will probably say that because he likes talking about that.
And guess what?
He did.
Jamie did. Did you find the quote?
Yeah. Lance won't be swimming in Cliff's pool or eating his food anymore.
Jamie loves calling back.
We knew he was going to say that.
We knew it.
So I don't think I know the full story there. Just like.
Were you not here yet? I guess not.
I got here like mid-July.
It was a postseason interview with Cliff, which we hope to maybe get him on next week. But just talking about a transfer that swam in his pool and ate his food, and now he's leaving.
Was it like the next day, or he was just talking about prior experiences? Like, I had him over and stuff like that.
I do not know.
Okay.
You IDT?
IDC. Jamie has been trying to get this on the show for weeks now. Rumors continue to swirl. Daniel Jones will be starting for the Colts to begin the season. He's a fan favorite. Drink 20 to 30 beers watching the Indy 500. Picked up the tab for the bar.
That's what you want to hear.
Yeah.
Workouts are going on, and this guy's getting drunk.
So Anthony Richardson is just not going to be a thing?
Yeah, he's done.
Yeah.
Dead in the water.
That, I kind of fell in love with his archetype.
Yeah, and I thought, last year was the year to turn around. Shane Steichen did a lot for the development and growth of Jalen Hurts, and I thought, same kind of play style, similar size. I thought that would have worked out well, but I guess not.
We need to take a break. Big Bryce is going to join us coming up in hour number 3 of Pirate Radio Live.
Speak of the devil.
Reset and talk to Bryce.
Hold on. We got to make sure he's not hollering down the hall.
He is a big holler down the hall guy.
Hi-yo!
He's tiptoeing.
Yeah, there he goes. Thanks, Chan.
Hooting and hollering.
Hi-yo!
Back with you, Pirate Radio Live, hour 3 after this.
Country Mart has been locally owned and operated for over 40 years and is your premier country store serving the best cheese biscuits and country food around. Country Mart is open every day and has 2 locations in Bethel on Highway 11 and in Stokes on Highway 903. Both Country Mart locations are top-of-the-line fuel stations serving Shell gas, including 93 ethanol-free high-octane gas, which is the best for all you boat owners. Country Mart, fueling you up with great food in your engines with great gasoline. Go Pirates.
Hey Pirate Nation, warm weather is here and it's time to get back on the boat. And at Stroud's Marine, they're stocked up with over 26,000 pre-owned parts. They got everything you need from propellers, lower units, trim units, electrical and fuel parts, and just about anything else you need for an outboard. Stay up to date with the latest deals, parts, and promotions by following them on social media. And as always, their mission is to save you money and get you back on the water as quickly as possible. Remember, they're just around the corner. Stop by the shop at 865 Rivet Street in Greenville. For more information, head to StroudsMarine.com. Strauss Marine, your best source for salvaged outboard parts.
At Langley Contracting, we're superior roofing specialists. Whether it's a new roof or repairing your old one, we've got you covered. And best of all, we handle your insurance claims. We are locally owned right here in Eastern Carolina. We are licensed and insured and have a 25-year roof warranty. We can handle your gutter installation too, so everything is seamless. Call or visit us online at 214roof.com for your free estimate today.
Langley Contracting, your superior roofing specialist.
Here with Brian Cook, the comptroller for Greenville Motor Company and Greenville Auto World. You do have a website that sort of combines your two dealerships. That is driveherenow.com. Talk about that.
Yeah, we created the driveherenow.com name to incorporate our whole organization. You go there and you can see logos for both our Greenville Motor Company and Greenville Auto World's location. All our inventory is there to see for both locations.
driveherenow.com. One website, two outstanding dealerships. Try us, trust us at driveherenow.com.
You don't have to choose between comfort and capability when you're behind the wheel of a 2025 Honda Pioneer 704. Rugged and reliable, it delivers the power you need on the job, the smooth shifting you want on the trail. And with Honda's exclusive quick flip seating, you get the versatility of seating 4 passengers or stowing the back seats for a full cargo bed. See the latest Honda Pioneer 704 today at Ron Ayers Motorsports, Highway 11, north of the airport in Greenville. For your safety, read the owner's manual, wear a helmet, eye protection, close side nets and doors, and always wear seatbelts. Honda side-by-sides are for riders 16 and older.
Jimmy John's hot sandwiches are here.
Jimmy John's hot sandwiches are here.
Hot sandwiches are Jimmy John's hot sandwiches are here.
Hot sandwiches are here.
The pilot can't steer?
No, Jimmy John's hot sandwiches are here.
That's worse.
Jimmy John's new hot sandwiches are finally here.
Get ready for a crispier, crunchier, meltier, gooier Jimmy John's experience. Toasted sandwiches are here. Try the brand new toasted category or get any sandwich in the favorites category toasted to golden perfection. Jimmy John's in Greenville and Wilson and online at jimmyjohns.com. Go Pirates!
This is Brian Harris with 360 Golf Carts, Pitt County's go-to shop for all things golf carts. We have E-Z-Go, Club Car, and utility carts to choose from. Whether it's for the beach, riding around the neighborhood, or working in the yard, 360 Golf Carts has the perfect ride for you. If you have issues with your current cart, take it by my shop for an expert's diagnosis. From parts to sales to service, we have you covered. We will even deliver right to you. So come see me, Brian Harris, on Highway 43, just past D.H. Conley High School. 360 Golf Carts, Pirates supporting Pirates.
If you're looking for a delicious home-cooked country breakfast or lunch, look no further than CD's Grill. CD's Grill in Winterville has the best country cooking around. Start your day with CD's mouth-watering homemade cheese biscuits, eggs cooked to order, and pancakes so big and fluffy there's no way you leave hungry. Open Monday through Friday from 5:30 a.m. until 2 p.m. and Saturday from 5:30 to 11 a.m. CD's has lunch specials and an all-you-can-eat salad bar. Stop by, say hey to owner Jason Brown and the CD's crew. CD's Grill, 111 West Fire Tower Road in Winterville. CD's Grill, the best country cooking around.
This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, 1250 and 92.7 FM Greenville, WDLX Washington, 930 and 104.1 FM Washington. You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding Pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Brown & Wood is your home of the best selection of GMC, Cadillac, Buick, and Mazda in Eastern North Carolina since 1937. Shop their entire inventory online at brownandwoodauto.com or visit them on Greenville Boulevard. Brown & Wood, Greenville's #1 dealership and the home of the lifetime powertrain warranty. Now let's head back into PRL. Here's Clip.
Back with you, Pirate Radio Live. We've got Shirley Rhodes, Jared Watkins, Chandler Honeycutt, and a new guest sitting to my left.
1, 2, 3, 4.
I saw the light. I was baptized by the fire in your touch and the flame in your eyes. I'm born to love again. I'm a brand new man. Bryce Williams here. Hey, Bryce.
Hey, how are you?
Hey.
What up? Oh, I'm sorry.
Hey, what up, B-Dub? How we doing?
I'm good. How are you?
How we doing? So Bryce came in and said, well, we lost to Coastal Carolina. So you do know that much. You're a little hazy on the details on what all happened with the Florida coach.
Yeah.
Right? Shirley, can we hit Parker? So there's videos out there of the Florida coach berating
site
reps and just in the right finger
there.
to
Right
the
in his
chest.
Right in it. Right in the sterno.
We don't have video of this interaction, but he
Of
also
the boot scooting boogie or
Boot
during the
Scoot
boot
Boogie
scooting
is
boogie?
playing in the background.
Knee deep by Zach Brown Band.
In the other
And Jimmy
video.
Buffett. And Jimmy Buffett.
But he also went after ECU players.
Oh.
And yesterday, Danny Beal was on the show, and I said, Danny, do you know what happened? And we kind of talked about it, speculated, said what we heard, and he was like, why don't we just call Parker and ask him?
Oh.
I was like, it's a good idea. So we did that, and let's hear what Parker Bird had to say about the interaction before the game on Sunday.
We just call Parker now. I'll call him right now.
All right.
Wait a minute, hold on.
Yeah, what are we doing? Why are we farting around here?
Straight to the source.
Just call him and ask.
Tell him that we're on the. Danny's got to be here for us to do this.
Yeah, how about you? I mean, I could have done it if I was a real good journalist, but I guess I'm not. We'll see if he answers. And
Hey, do you have a second? Put him on speaker. Okay, I'm on radio and I have a question.
Let's see if he's.
All right, we're on radio again, so don't say anything dumb. So did Coach O'Sullivan say that to you like straight up to your face, or was it kind of in passing, or what? How did that whole thing go down?
Yeah, so I walked into all right, so we entered on the first base side, but we were in the third base dugout that game, and we were entering, and I was holding the quad board, which obviously you know, but it's the big white board, and I was holding it walking in, and he was already cussing out some of our guys that had already walked by, and all the coaches had already walked by as well. But he started cussing at Zayak and Gabe Beschloss, but they didn't really acknowledge it. Really, they had headphones on and were kind of just in their zone. And then I walk around the corner, and he's the first person I saw. I'm like, "Good morning, Coach. How you doing?"
Just being good guy Parker. Just being good guy Parker.
Yeah, because I heard about all the stuff that happened, and I was trying not to picture him as a bad dude. I was like, it's a bad situation.
Give him grace.
Maybe not his fault.
Yeah,
literally. And then I turned the corner. I saw him. I said that. He's like, "F you. You can stick that whiteboard up your F&A." Oh my God. And I'm like, holy! My reaction was, "Are you serious?" And I was laughing because I was so caught off guard. And then I think Nick Parham and Braden Bursch were right beside me, and they're kind of doing the same thing I'm doing, is looking at him like he's crazy. And he's like, "Yeah, F you MFers baby ready to play today."
No way.
Yeah, I was like, "Well, Coach, we are ready to play, but I'm not even on the roster, so you're." And then I was like, "But we're ready to play." And he's like, "Good, you MFer." And then at that point, Heath Blackman saw him cussing us out basically, and he's like, "Hey, don't you talk to our players like that?" And then Coach G got involved and kind of told him to shut up basically. But it was wild. It was crazy.
Wow. I was about to say, was CG around? Was Coach G around, or was he just in the kid?
He was already in our dugout.
Yeah.
Dude, it was crazy. It was so wild that it's just
It didn't seem real, I bet.
Called me off guard. Yeah, it was dude, I'm in a fever dream right now.
Yeah.
Oh,
Wow.
Dang, he is angry. And then he started cussing out all the directors and all that stuff. I don't understand how you would let your son get play for that guy ever. That was wild.
Well, like you said, after all the stuff that's allegedly happened to him in the past, too, to give him some grace and then you get treated like that, it's not great.
Nah, it was crazy, but it definitely kind of glad it happened though, because it woke the boys up for sure.
Yeah, hey, we came to play.
And we were walking in there, and I think everybody knew we were pretty tired, and we were hoping to hit another gear once game time started. But once that happened, everybody's like, "All right, it's go time."
Man.
Hell yeah. That's awesome.
All right, that is a first-hand account from Parker Bird. What do you think, Bryce?
That's interesting. What got them all? Flustered?
The game started an hour later than it was supposed to.
That's all. It's
You can hear in the video when he's yelling at the site rep. He's like, "I got to get up with my ops guy and my trainer," and it's like
The bus driver.
Yeah, ECU had to do that too.
Some of it, I guess, is they found out at 1 a.m. or something.
That's when everybody found out.
Yeah.
'Cause even at like 12:15 in the post game, Cliff's like, "Well, I mean, it was a late in last night, and the game got moved. I guess for us, it's not gonna." So I mean, he didn't know then.
I think basically, Bryce, they're SEC, and they deserve to make the rules.
Ego.
And if something goes against how they want it, this is the reaction. And his team got their ass kicked by East Carolina.
So it's even sweeter.
And the Pirates did it again.
I want to hear from Fairfield. What did they think of O'Sullivan? You know, nobody talks about Fairfield.
I forgot they were in the regional.
I know.
I think they drove themselves. Like we're in the
How about their bus driver?
We're in the tailgate lot, and the players are like moving traffic cones to try to get out. And I'm like, dang, man, that sucks.
Yeah. So that kind of overshadowed pretty much everything that happened this weekend. But bottom line, Pirates beat Florida twice and lose to Coastal twice. In a 1-0 game on Sunday.
The whole game on Sunday was great. The game on Saturday against Coastal,
one of the best games ever.
For the first hour and a half of the game, it was a classic. An absolute classic.
Pirates score to go up, Coastal answers. Pirates go up again, Coastal answers. Just back and forth
until the 7th inning.
Then it got ugly.
And we played 7 good innings of baseball.
Yeah. Then one of their a guy that transferred from East Carolina that went to Coastal decided to hit a grand slam to basically the entire state of South Carolina was setting off fireworks when that happened.
Yeah.
There you go.
So there is the weekend. So I'm asking all you former athletes, have you, and again, Bryce, we've talked about your lack of talking on the field, but it's so taboo. We asked Hardy earlier in the show, and we always see opposing coaches go up to players and say nice things to them.
Right.
Hey, you're a great ball player. Enjoy watching you play. Good, But have you, as a coach, ever said any? Have you ever heard a football coach, an opposing football coach, talk to you or one of your team in a negative light?
I don't think so. Nothing to my recollection. I haven't really had many interactions with the opposing coaches, really.
Right. And you shouldn't.
No.
Unless you know a guy.
I definitely would be called off if
Yeah.
the coach started coming at me. Like, wait a tick.
Yeah, Parker's reaction.
I'm wearing a helmet.
And you're probably in a lot better shape than all the coaches. But Parker's reaction would have been probably anybody's just about, where he was caught off guard and actually laughed.
Yeah,
wait,
sure.
is this really happening?
Did this dude
that.
just do this?
Right.
But we see it in videos. We've seen pregame warm-ups for football. Teams meeting at midfield, and you might see some coaches be talking to other players, but it's like an assistant coach, or if it's like a GA.
It's the towel boy.
But you don't see the head coach of the program doing
Usually
that.
it's player, and the coaches are telling their guys to get
Right,
back.
but I'm saying there's been video of coaches talking crap to other players, but it's an assistant coach or a GA or whoever.
I could be wrong. I feel like Brian Flores, when he was coaching the Dolphins, did something not to what O'Sullivan did, but talked to a player or something, and everybody's like, that's just his personality.
It's just who he is.
Yeah.
Jamie said, if Slim 80 sees an opposing coach yelling at his teammates, what would your response be? Would you go back at the coach, or what would you do? Or would you tell your guy, don't worry about it? Or
if I was walking by and it was happening?
Let's say it's pregame. Let's see, who'd y'all play against? And who was the big rival? Who was Cincinnati's coach then?
Oh gosh,
was it Fickle? Was it?
Yeah, I mean Fickle.
Anyway, a guy on the opposing team, the coach for the opposing team is talking to Junk DeShane or Justin before the game,
face to face.
Let's say we're about to kick your.
I think I'd probably walk over can either just pull Shane to it and then give a nice gesture to the coach. Just about a 2-word gesture.
Yeah. Hey, and so you guys play Florida. Could you imagine if Jim McElwain was talking crap to the players?
Oh, yeah.
And then you could say, "Hey, coach, if you're going to lay on a shark, don't be naked."
Bryce has no clue what that is, so
No.
I'll show him.
If you're going to lay on a shark.
Buddy, you're about to find out.
So this is probably not Jim McElwain, but it kind of looks like him.
You remember the Florida coach?
There's a naked man laying on a shark.
Oh, my.
Now, Bryce, this could be Pirate Radio Outdoors. Do you ever get naked on your boat with the...
I got me a good marlin this weekend. You ought to have seen the picture took with it. It was so good, I took my clothes off.
That is funny.
Okay, let me just click this. It says the infamous Jim McElwain shark case has been cracked. The photo quickly went viral, leaving McElwain forced to answer some really uncomfortable questions.
That's hilarious.
Barstool traveled to Mount Pleasant, Michigan to talk to some of the players if they've asked about it. Barstool tracked down the actual person in the photo and staged a meeting between McElwain and the man. Wow. Okay. I need to watch that clip.
That's funny.
Just imagine you beat the hell out of a team, and it's like, boys played really well out there, really had a great week of practice, and it's like, all right, we'll start taking questions. Like, Coach,
can you explain this?
Did you have relations with that shark?
I did not have relations with
Is
that
this
shark.
you with this shark?
Nope.
Well, so there you go. All right. Bryce, you asked earlier who's in it, who's still alive in college baseball. I will tell you with the schedules. These are the games beginning on Friday. Miami at Louisville at 3 o'clock. Way to get started before that. Why don't they put these in order? Why? Arizona at North Carolina coming up noon on Friday. Miami at Louisville at 3. Florida State, Oregon State at 6 o'clock. And then Coastal at Auburn under the lights at 9 o'clock Friday. Games beginning Saturday. UTSA, who shocked everybody by winning the regular season AAC championship.
Conference powerhouse.
They will be at UCLA. They just knocked off Texas in their regional, Bryce. They'll be at UCLA coming up Saturday night. Action gets underway with the shocker Murray State, who beat what SEC team?
Ole Miss.
Ole Miss. The 4 seed will take on Duke coming up, who beat Georgia at 1 o'clock on Saturday. West by God, Virginia at LSU, 2 o'clock on Saturday. It'll be Tennessee and Arkansas, 5 o'clock on Saturday. So Saturday will be a great day because you will have every super regional game going on.
Yep. Normally for College World Series, I go to tiebreakers watch because I'm not watching baseball outside of a sports bar, honestly, if ECU's not in it.
Right. Yeah. I do not know if I will be tuned in.
I'm interested in Murray State. Teams like that, I'll follow. I'll keep up with Coastal, but that's about it.
So that is the schedule of games. Let's. Jamie said Steve Spurrier comes over to Bryce and says, "Hey, whatever, going to whip your butt." You just have to laugh at Steve Spurrier.
Oh, dang.
Hey,
He acknowledged me.
That's kind of cool.
He came to me.
Honky check.
Somebody told a Larry.
They
Bird.
call me the old ball coach.
Red, honky, honky.
Oh, it was Rod Strickland telling a Larry Bird story where they were asking everybody to share Larry Bird stories because you need to go to YouTube and look at all the NBA players telling Larry Bird stories.
Yeah, I saw one of Gary Payton the other day. He said, "I'm gonna bust it on your head."
Yeah. Oh, I love that clip because Gary Payton said, then he shot it. Shoo, all draws. I've never heard that for a swish before. All draws. But Rod Strickland said, "Yeah, I don't really have many stories, but when I was a rookie, I stole the ball from him, and he turned around and said, 'You little S word.'"
Yeah.
And that was his whole story. And he said, "Man, that was so cool. Larry Bird just called me a S." Like sometimes you just got to respect it, right?
Yeah.
Well, it's one of my favorite stories of Larry Bird's is when he was competing in the All-Star game, and he was in the 3-point shooting contest. And he barges into the locker room, throws open the door, and kind of looks around the room and says, "Okay, which one of y'all is finished in second?"
Great line.
And
Reggie Miller was co-hosting or hosting the Dan Patrick Show or something, and had him on and said, "Did you really say that?"
Yeah.
And Larry said, "Yeah, I did."
Yeah, yeah. He was, I mean, and there's a lot of people that played against him and watched him in the NBA that can tell you he's one of the greatest trash talkers ever in the NBA.
My favorite one, look up Sean Kemp, Larry Bird.
Okay.
Kemp's from Indiana, and, well, you can't play it on the show. There's some cussing, I think. But look it up on your own time. Kemp was from Indiana. Bird had all these records at Indiana, and Kemp broke a lot of his records. And, like, before the game, he told Sean Kemp, he was like, "You're the guy that broke my high school records." And Sean Kemp was like, "Yeah." He said, "You're the guy that you got to dunked on my brother in high school, right?" And Kemp was like, "Yeah." And Kemp said, he told me, he said, "It's going to be a long effing night for you." And he was telling 2 other NBA guys, I think it was like Quentin Richardson and somebody, and they were like, "So what did he do to you?" And he said, "He gave me 40 3/4." And they said, "Well, what'd you do?" And he said, "Well, I fouled out, but I was playing him hard as hell." You know? But it was, it's so cool to hear, like, Larry Bird stories are the best.
Huh.
Go YouTube them up.
There's a different story that Sean Kemp actually told as a rookie. They had to play Boston, and he had read a story the morning of the game that said that Larry Bird was
That's the same
basically
game.
old and washed up.
He said it was in the USA Today or something like.
Yeah. And so, you know, of course, Kemp is like practically drooling. He's thinking he's going to run roughshod over this dude because he found out he was going to have to guard him. And Bird walked out of there with a 40-point triple-double.
Yeah. That's good stuff. Let's get a break in. We'll come back. We got to get our Fleet Feet rundown. We got to go Pirate Radio Outdoors and have more for you. What's Bryce Williams been up to? We'll find out when we return after these words.
A pepperoni pizza for the table.
Thank you.
May I suggest trying it with our Pepsi Zero Sugar? It has just the right amount of sweetness to complement all that cheesy, saucy goodness, while the carbonation and notes of citrus enhance the flavor profile. Simply divine.
Pepsi Zero Sugar? You've really outdone yourself this time. Pizza deserves Pepsi.
Capital Subaru of Greenville is transforming your everyday commute into something a little more extraordinary. Subaru was just named 2025's best overall automotive brand by Consumer Reports, and there's never been a better time to drive one home. From the adventure-ready Outback to the sleek and efficient Forester, they got the perfect ride for you. In addition to their great selection of new and used car inventories, the Subaru Service Center is commanded by a team of experts, handpicked for their knowledge, passion, and promise to treat every car as if it's their own. Capital Subaru of Greenville, off Memorial Drive, or online at capitalsubaruofgreenville.com.
Are you a new real estate agent wondering how to get your first deal fast? ENC Pirate Realty Allen Tate is hiring, and we've got you covered. At ENC Pirate Realty Allen Tate, we help new agents hit the ground running with proven training programs, high-quality leads from multiple sources, no cold calls, just real opportunities, one-on-one coaching from our experienced team, and cutting-edge marketing and tech tools. Don't start your career alone. Join the ENC Pirate Realty Allen Tate team, a team that invests in you. Visit encpiraterealty.com and never worry about where your next deal is coming from. Go Pirates!
Wings Over Greenville just turned up the heat with a new honey hotter flavor. Sweet meets spicy in the boldest way yet. Download the Wings Over app and join the Frequent Flyer Club. Earn points, unlock exclusive deals, and redeem for free food. Save your go-to orders, order ahead, and skip the line. First-time app user? Get free tenders just for signing up. And when you order delivery through the app, you skip the middleman. No extra fees from third-party apps like Uber Eats or DoorDash. And don't forget, use the promo code PIRATE25 for 10% off your meal. So fly smart. Download the Wings Over app today or order now at wingsover.com. Wings Over, they deliver. Arr! Arr, matey, this old ship's looking worse than a sea monster's backside. Look at these splintered planks, this saggy deck. It's a bloody mess.
You be right, mate. Even the galley's a disaster. Me kitchen's more like a dungeon than a place for cooking.
What we need is someone who can fix this old tub, make it shine like treasure.
Wait, I've heard of KDL Construction in Greenville. Kathy Herring and her crew do magical things with remodeling. They can fix up kitchens, bathrooms, even whole ships. Homes.
Aye, and she talks to her crew like a true captain. No surprises, just smooth sailing. I heard they got a skilled crew with cabinets, counters, and everything we need.
Aye, let's call KDL Construction, mate. It's time to turn this rust bucket into a beauty. I'm gonna visit KDLConstructionLLC.com today.
KDL Construction, turning your home from shipwrecked to ship shape. Arr!
We all have seniors in our life who may need a little extra help with technology. University PC Care's Quick Helps are affordable, in-store, short appointments designed for seniors who may need a little TLC to help with setting up a new computer, help with email or passwords, or help with the latest online scam. They don't need to fear technology anymore. Call 252-558-1280 to schedule an in-store Quick Helps appointment for Greenville or New Bern. Learn more at universitypccare.com.
The icy treat that can't be beat is Sparky Snowballs. From big kids to little kids, Sparky Snowballs has been making smiles happen for over 20 years. If you're not in the mood to chill out with a snowball, Sparky's funnel cakes and fried Oreos are a perfect Sparky-licious treat every time. Are you having an event, party, or fundraiser? Call Sparky's to come on site. Remember to follow Sparky's on Facebook or visit SparkySnowballs.com to see where they'll be next.
What's the best bit about being a pirate?
Pirate Radio.
I suggested it might be the looting.
Whereas I contend it's the shiny cutlasses.
And I thought it was a chance to catch exotic diseases.
The voice of the Pirate Nation. You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. The technicians at New Blue stand ready to face any challenge that time or the elements may throw at your home, and your home deserves the best. And New Blue is ready to help with any electrical, plumbing, and HVAC needs. New Blue also now specializes in crawl space moisture control and encapsulations, along with septic system repairs and installations. Contact them today at callnublue.com. New Blue Service Group, redefining service excellence. Now let's head back into PRL. Here's Clip.
Back with you, Pirate Radio Live. Bryce Williams talking about the retirement of David Andrews. Was he with the Pats when you went there for a time?
Yes, sir.
I've been seeing him. He's on a Barstool trivia team. I watch their trivia, and he's on one of their teams. So I see a little bit of him. But long time in the league as a lineman. Bryce, do we have a big and tall hazmat suit we can give Bryce to go inside the Facebook comments?
We got a big and tall.
Come on.
Because I want to go inside the Facebook comments and see what people are saying.
Which post is this?
This is breaking news. Transfer portal is open. 2 Pirate pitchers, Ian White Jr. and Lance Williams, will be leaving. And let's see what the folks are saying. As
82 comments. Oh, goodness.
Paul says, from the famous words of Dan Hawkins, go play intramurals, brother. Go play intramurals.
All right.
I don't really get that.
Is Lance Williams going to go from a great pitching performance
against an SEC squad that hit every ball out of the park during BP
to playing intramurals?
He's going to play club.
He's going to play club baseball now.
That's
John says, me. Could have swore those 2 letters were in the word team.
Makes you think. Makes you think.
John's got a point there.
Kyle says, need to start making players sign contracts like professional athletes. They can't be so willing to leave for a new school every year. Could be something to that.
Yeah.
Do some contracts now that there's money involved. Chris said, I wonder why. Look at the fan base.
What?
Now, what did the fans do to make Lance Williams leave?
Cheer him on.
Didn't cheer loud enough?
Yeah.
Chris said we need play for the Jersey guys. He did capitalize Jersey. He's talking about the state?
Yeah, go play in New Jersey. Maybe he could end up at Rutgers. Yeah.
Chris, I would love play for the Jersey guys, but they are few and far between.
Jonathan said, bye.
Well, that's nice. That's nice that he told him bye.
Bye.
But he didn't say goodbye. He just said bye.
And he didn't say bye, Felicia. He just said bye. Daniel said, sad situation the portal has created.
Donna said, I'm so sorry to hear this news.
Yeah.
That's kind of nice.
Yeah.
Bud said, unbelievable. Bud, are you following college sports?
Are you kidding me?
How did this happen?
What is a transfer portal?
I mean, I guess it's because I do this show every day. Like, I've had to talk to Bryce about this. Like, you just can't be shocked by any of this anymore.
No.
It's more shocking if guys stay. It's sad, but it's reality.
I'm gonna comment under Bud and say, hey, Bud, they offering him more money, and he's gonna comment and say they're getting paid.
Sam said, won't be missed.
Won't be missed.
Now let's go to Jarrett Watkins, who is a big Lance Williams fan. Will you miss him?
Yeah, but I mean, we're going to be active in the portal as well. We have incoming freshmen. You don't know what the situation is with Lance Williams. It could be money. It could be personal. It could be anything. He will be missed, but I'm not going to sit here and say like, geez, like we're dead in the water now.
You're not going to pour one out over him.
I mean, I'll pour one out for Lance Williams' time in East Carolina.
Okay.
But
so you will miss him.
Yeah. I'm a fan of his. I'm a fan of this team.
Won't be missed.
Bill says adios.
Okay.
He's being nice in
the
Spanish.
version of that. That's good. Arrivederci.
Ahí estaba, en el centro. Hoyo de gloria.
We have a comment from Valerie.
Yeah.
Valerie. She says, Lance really ticks me off. We worked with him all year, and now he has a good outing and leaves us in the dust. This NIL portal is so unfair. Coaches really need to start raising hell. Coaches really need to start raising hell.
Kevin O'Sullivan's in the world raising hell about this.
Coaches really need to start raising hell and praising Dale. No, I'm just kidding.
That's nuts.
Perfect example of the rich getting richer and the poor getting poor.
Hashtag praise Dale. Edward with a very salient point. His performance against the Gators probably has his phone ringing from Power 5 schools.
Yeah, Cliff even talked about that in the press conference after the Florida game. It was like, oh no, it might have been after the Coastal game. Either way, it was Sunday. A lot of guys probably getting DMs right now from other schools.
Yeah, it sucks.
And hopefully they prioritize relationships over money.
Savone Revel, unfortunately we couldn't see him play out his final season here at East Carolina, but I remember the year before that had a monster night on Thursday Night Football ESPN, and we're like, oh crap, can we take him out? We're really highlighting him too much right now. That's like the fear of it. But shout out to Revel, who did stay here at East Carolina.
Brad said, I stopped watching pro sports because it was all about the money. The portal is doing the same thing, ruining the game we love to watch. Thank goodness for rec sports.
I'm with you, Brad. I love going out to local rec games and watching those.
Yeah, the intramural stuff, the rec stuff, it's so stupid. Yeah, this is hurting college sports, but I mean, you stop.
You're still watching the games.
Yeah, I hate the people who are like, pro sports is all about the money. It's like, yeah, dude,
Should
it's
they
their
play
job.
for free?
I love working at Pirate Radio, but my God, you want to know why I'm here? I'm getting paid to do this.
Bryce did it the right way. He went to the NFL and said, look, I'll do it for free, guys.
I'll do it for free.
Give me a jersey.
You go to your boss and say, I'll do it for free. See how you feel in a couple months.
All you people out there work just for the money. It's sad. You should work for the love of
How
your job.
dare you want to put a meal on your family's table? You selfish son of a... Yeah, dude, that's the stupidest thing in the world.
Not talking about this.
Chris earlier said, it's just look at the fan base. I guess he said, you know what? I got more. He said, stop embarrassing the players with y'all's behavior. Maybe they'll stay. What are we doing here? What is the fan base doing?
People travel and they unexpectedly walk into right field jungle and they hear drunk college kids. That's all it is.
All right. Who's this idiot William think he is? Listen to this comment.
Oh, my goodness.
I don't fault the players. People screaming, where's the loyalty, aren't having 6 or 7 figure NIL deals waved in their faces. Hey, William, what a Great comment. Like, yeah, people, do you see this? Like, when they ask, is Norby leaving? Is Irby leaving? Well, no, they don't want to go anywhere.
Well, they might.
But if they get saying, hey, we're going to sign you to $100,000 if you come here, that'll make you want to go somewhere.
Yeah, college kid, yeah.
Yeah. Like,
yeah.
Wait a minute.
I mean,
I can go get a couple of hot dogs for $1 today, or I can go have a filet mignon.
In sports, there's so many uncertainties. Like, baseball could not work out. You can have a career-ending injury, but you still have that money to fall back on.
Yeah, I mean, William makes a lot of sense. People take jobs at other companies, even competitive companies, every day for more money. I mean,
Only way I'll be really upset with Lance Williams is if he goes to Florida. That's really it.
He said, you know what? I want to play for this O'Sullivan guy.
Yeah. And it didn't start after it started at the beginning of the day when O'Sullivan's cussing out Parker Bird. Lance went, you know what? I want to be in that dugout.
That guy.
Yeah. What? Cliff never cusses out opposing players. Why doesn't he do that?
He got thrown out of Duke.
Shout out Eric Tyler. All right,
That's
so
all I got.
There are some Facebook comments. Man, it sucks. I mean, not to pick on anybody, but like the reality of the situation is not what we want it to be. But hey, there still are guys out there that love to be Pirates, as we watch Rajay Harris point at a guy and run into the end zone for a touchdown.
Yeah, I mean, you still got your guys like Braden Burris who are going to be here. That was
we got that on.
A reporter that covers college baseball said he confirmed that Braden Burris will be here.
He'll be here his whole career.
At least next year.
I ain't saying nobody's going to be here. I just can't say
I'll be here.
They're not going to be here.
All right, Jarrett's leaving.
Oh, no, they weren't.
Around the Horn will always be here.
Things that will never leave us. Around the Horn. All right, there are the Facebook comments, if anybody else would like to chime in. Jamie said maybe Lance didn't get enough pool time.
They didn't let him use the water slide.
Mike P said last name Bud, first name local politics. Speaking of local politics, Bud, good to see Holden Ahlers back in person.
Yeah.
Done with his UFL season. And he will join me in Studio C coming up tomorrow. Looking forward to catching up with him, talking about his New York Knicks losing. Man, I forgot this one went right down to the wire, didn't it, boys?
Sure did.
Didn't it?
ECU
I
at
remember this being an
Tulsa.
exciting
I wonder
game.
where that guy ended up, the receiver for Tulsa, who I think
Oh, my
had
God.
3 touchdowns
he
this
was
year.
that guy.
Yeah. He entered the portal,
Yeah.
I remember.
He had 3 touchdowns in this game and a couple of
This
losses.
is definitely a highlight game film for him.
I'm also pretty sure he only
Ball
had
game.
5-6 touchdowns.
Oh,
the whole
yeah,
season.
because what we did, 4th and goal,
Oh.
3rd and goal.
Got to stand.
No. Wait.
Which is crazy. It's like, dude, you could win the game. Tie it, win it, and no, we held him.
Oh, man.
Did he go to... Looks like he went to Colorado.
Oh, nice.
I went to Colorado?
With Coach Prime, the receiver that had a monster game.
Be playing out there with Caden Salter.
From Liberty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If he gets the starting job.
And then we catch him right here.
The way of the world. Oh, yeah, I remember that.
That was a fun game.
That
Watch.
call.
That game kept me on my tippy toes.
Looking forward to firing up the 5th quarter for another year.
Ba-dum, ba-da-da-da-da-da-da, ba-da-da-da-da-da, bum-ba-dum.
There's old ball coach.
Bum-ba-dum.
Wait.
He's ticked off.
His son is on the staff, I think.
Oh, man. I forgot about that. He said, I can't wait to see
My
Bryce
boy's down there on the sideline.
He said, I'm going to go cuss out Bryce Williams when I
Who?
see him. Steve Spurrier.
Oh.
The old ball coach.
There's Alex Harper
Dude,
knowing
I wanted to replay back.
TV guy, Alex.
knowing where the camera
Oh,
is.
well, okay, we were in the middle of the portal thing, and it was when the kicker, 95, Conrad, made the field goal before halftime, and you see Alex Harper like 15 yards past where like the ball was stepped. He's going, yeah. I wanted to point that out.
He's like, this is my last national TV game. I'm getting on there as much as I can.
I mean, he honestly looked like Norby after a strikeout out there.
Look at him hugging
Coach
Blake
Harrell's
Harrell.
like, get off me, Harp.
Yeah, come on, Harp. You're just trying to milk get on camera.
Did Alex Harper wear the Pirate Radio towel in the bowl game?
He did not.
Okay.
He did not.
He said he was going to do it a couple of times and then chickened out.
Yeah.
Jeez. What a bum.
Wait.
Joe says #Yard Gnomes should have an ECU night. Donate proceeds to the 23 Club. Need to really try and keep rec sports lower on the totem pole.
So
Gnomes and Pirate partnership.
Well, you know who is on the Yard Gnomes roster?
Yeah.
Lance Williams.
Lance Williams. Will he still be there?
Let's go boo him.
Yeah. We're all going to go out there and just boo him if y'all want to join us.
That should be one of their promotions.
We're not going to miss you. Adios. We're going to yell Facebook comments at them.
Me.
me. That'll be fun. Bah! All right, let's take a break. We'll come back more on the Fleet Feet Rundown and Pirate Radio Outdoors, brought to you by Strauss Marine. We'll find out what Bryce has been up to when we return after these words. Doug Henry of Greenville is looking for your trade-in and your business. Doug Henry of Greenville is right on the corner of Greenville Boulevard and Memorial, and always right on the price and looking to beat every offer out there. Bring in any offer from CarMax, and they will beat it by $500. Just bring it in and you won't be disappointed. Doug Henry of Greenville has over 300 vehicles to choose from and brand new inventory arriving daily, and you can always check them out online at DougHenryGreenville.com. Doug Henry, right on the corner and right on the price.
Do you want to get rid of wrinkles, tighten and lift your skin, smooth your skin texture, erase veins and brown spots, get rid of unwanted hair and under-eye fat pads? Are you interested in Botox or filler? Contact the licensed professionals at Beauty Bar MediSpa for a free consultation and ask about our newest technologies and treatments. Learn more at beautybarmedispa.com, Red Banks Road, Greenville. Enjoy your visit, love your transformation, and go Pirates.
You love U.S. Cellular Home Internet. It lets you do all your favorite things because it's fast, reliable, and affordable.
Switch to U.S. Cellular today and do the things you love with internet you love. Just pay $39.99 a month when you bundle with a wireless plan. And if you don't love it, you have 15 days to let us know. Built for us. Terms apply. See uscellular.com for details.
This is Brandon Tate, owner and operator of Atlantic Wireless, an authorized agent for U.S. Cellular since 1997. Visit atlanticwireless.com to find the store near you. We go beyond the call.
While you're sleeping, our whole hogs are slow cooking over wood to create that bite that Eastern North Carolina is known for. I'm Sam Jones, and for more than 3 generations, my folks have been the torchbearers for what whole hog barbecue is supposed to be. At Sam Jones, you'll find plenty of smoke, but no mirrors. Everything, and I mean everything, is made fresh daily, including our sides, sweets, and sauces. Come on over and see us at Sam Jones Barbecue, and I bet you'll be able to taste our passion in just one bite. Sam Jones Barbecue, Fire Tower Road.
Here at the Holistic Company, we know that life throws you its fair share of curveballs, like passing that drug test. Congrats. Now you can finally relax, kick back, and, well, light one up. You've earned it. And whether you've had one of those weeks, or maybe your mother-in-law's in town and you're one passive-aggressive comment away from needing a vacation, if this sounds like you, then come visit our team here at the Holistic Company to help you find the perfect products to ease your stress and promote relaxation. Order our products online at theholisticco.com or visit us at 5th and Evans in Greenville or at one of our other 2 locations in Fremont or Smithfield. The Holistic Company.
Celebrate comfort, style, and savings during Bostic Sugg Furniture's Red, White, and Recline event. Declare your independence from high prices and shop Greenville's biggest and best selection of in-stock furniture and custom orders. Get comfortable and save on beautiful, stylish sofas, sectionals, and recliners. Then buy any regular price Motion furniture item and get the second with an extra 40% off. Buy any Beauty Rest or Helix mattress, get a free Motion base upgrade. Now at Bostic Sugg Furniture.
Jimmy John's hot sandwiches are here.
Jimmy John's hot sandwiches are here.
Hot sandwiches are Jimmy John's hot sandwiches are here.
Hot sandwiches are here.
The pilot can't steer? No, Jimmy John's hot sandwiches are here.
That's worse.
Jimmy John's new hot sandwiches are finally here.
Get ready for a crispier, crunchier, meltier, gooier Jimmy John's experience. Toasted sandwiches are here. Try the brand new toasted category or get any sandwich in the favorites category toasted to golden perfection. Jimmy John's in Greenville and Wilson and online at jimmyjohns.com. Go Pirates!
Michaels & Gateway Cosmetic and Family Dentistry has been Greenville's premier dental practice for over 40 years. I am Dr. Chris Gateway, and our mission at Michaels & Gateway is to provide exceptional dental care with compassion, integrity, and innovation, ensuring every patient leaves with a healthy, confident smile. Doctors Michaels and Gateway are committed to providing an outstanding patient experience with every visit. Not only do we offer all your dental needs under one roof, in most cases, we can take care of those needs on the same day. Bring your smile to us at Michaels and Gateway Cosmetic and Family Dentistry.
This is Brian Packard, ECU former baseballer. You're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Are you thinking about purchasing a new home? Stop by and see Integrity Home Mortgage at their new office location in Greenville at 1420 Arlington Boulevard. Integrity Home Mortgage offers a wide variety of loan programs to help you get pre-approved. The Integrity Home Mortgage team of Talbot Green, Braxton Green, and Joanne Weir have over 50 years of experience and is committed to providing you with the superior customer service you deserve. Start your home shopping process with a call to Integrity Home Mortgage today at 252-714-2076. And chronic joint pain hovers, and you never know when it's going to rear its ugly head, and that goes for David Garrard too. That's why the medical professionals at QC Kinetics take their job so seriously. When they treat patients like David Garrard, they are delivering long-term relief, treatments without surgery or downtime. Call QC Kinetics for your free consultation today at 252-645-6458. That's 252-645-6458. Now let's head back into PRL. Here's Cliff.
All right, back with you, Pirate Radio Live. Continuing on our Fleet Feet rundown. Jared, I saw you had tonight's action up there, so I'll let you tell us what's going on.
There's some baseball games in the MLB.
It is a slow night.
Yeah, Major League Baseball going on with the White Sox playing the Tigers. They have been stinking it up lately the last 3 years.
So no Stanley Cup final until Wednesday. No NBA finals till Thursday. Also, the softball World Series resumes on Wednesday. Baseball, College World Series, or I should say Supers begin on Friday.
Yeah, Rockies, Marlins tonight. Astros, Pirates, Cubs, Nats.
O's and Mariners.
Guardians, Yankees. Yeah, O's, Mariners, which will be when on Pirate Radio?
That late night?
Yeah, that's the late night. They're on the West Coast this week, so all of these games will be later games, but 9:05 is our airtime.
All right, and the first pitch will be at 9:40, so catch that on Pirate Radio.
Mike P said tonight is the night I catch up on Righteous Gemstones.
Oh, man.
I think I've only watched like an episode and a half of the final season, so I need to catch up on that as well.
I normally wait till the season is in full on HBO Max and then wait a year and a half and watch it.
Mm-hmm. I think I have another episode of, I do the same thing actually. Another episode of Your Friends and Neighbors to watch.
That's a John Hamm?
Yeah.
Who else is in that piece?
Just John Hamm.
Oh, okay.
I recognize the lady, but I don't know her name.
Yeah. Think about going to the theater tonight and go catch a flick.
I do want to see, was it Friendship?
Yeah, that was really funny. I want to see Mission Impossible again before. They're not going to take it out. Tom Cruise will keep it in for another month. And Sinners. I want to see Sinners.
Glenn told me he thought Sinners would be on.
It came out on digital today. Can't rent it, but you can buy it.
So it's like $20 or something.
Yeah, which is essentially.
I'm waiting for Jurassic Park to come out.
Yeah, buy physical media
next month. Bryce, what are you doing?
I'm locked into the football.
You just gonna go home and talk to your boy
tonight?
Teach him some words.
How's the boy doing?
He's good. He is not walking yet, but he's standing up and just sort of hanging out.
Is he saying anything yet?
I don't know if he knows he's saying it intentionally, but he's going dada. I think it's just kind of like a
da.
Before mama?
It's dada, but I don't think.
Before mama?
Yeah, yeah, for sure. But he has gotten to the mama. But I guess I don't think he knows he's saying like those things.
Yeah.
It's fun to think he is saying those things.
Absolutely.
What did Lily say first?
I don't remember.
That was 16 years ago.
She used to always say, hold you.
Because they always do.
Instead of like, hold me, because I guess she would say, you want me to hold you? And so she would just go, hold you. But yeah, she was the early mama daddy, but I don't remember which came first.
Yeah.
Did you see the first? Because it's kind of like just a ticking time bomb, I guess, if that's the right thing. The word, like, when am I going to watch him step?
Right.
Did you see her step first?
I feel like that might have happened while I was here, but she went from like she would do the butt thing where she would go across on her butt and crawl, but she went from like not even really standing that much to just boom, like walking. Like it was a really quick transition from 0 to 100. But yeah, that was really fun when you can play around with them when they're running.
When you're running.
Yeah. Really, really fun times. Mike P said, I haven't seen a Mission Impossible movie. Seems like the title gives away the ending. The mission fails due to it being impossible. Wow, Jarrett did not even crack a single smile.
It's the 8th one, so I mean,
Yeah,
I thought he was going to go with
when
like.
are they going to find out it's impossible and stop trying?
Well, I was thinking maybe they need to rename them because the mission's always a success.
Mission pretty easy?
Yeah.
Well, I would say pretty easy.
Subpar.
Mission kind of difficult, you know?
Mission a bit challenging. Bryce, you catch any fish since we saw you last?
I have actually caught some fish. I think it's already 5:50.
Yeah, bud.
Time flies when you're having fun.
Exactly. Yeah, I was able to take the boat out, so that was obviously nice. Had perfect weather. I mean, I could probably gone with a little more wind just to break up the water and make it a little more choppier. I feel like the fish get into more of a frenzy, you know, anxious to feed when it's a little more windy and the water's a little choppy. But I had a good northeast wind, so find those wind blown banks or points, and you know, fishing was like real hopeful. It was a little tricky trying to find bait. We ended up catching finger mullet. I wanted some pogies, but we caught some finger mullet, and we ended up just catching some bluefish and some ray. So it wasn't a very epic day. We didn't get skunked, so I won't complain about that. But I got to be on the water, take the boat out, and enjoy the God's creation. So it was good. Hopefully for the next time I can get into some more desirable fish. And we'll
desirable
see
fish
next week or something. And depending, I don't know. We'll see if I'm participating in next week's Big Rock. We'll see.
Oh!
I was going to ask you about that.
We'll see.
So when does that begin?
Monday.
Saturday. Yeah, it's like they begin Monday, and I guess the festivities are this weekend, like the captain's party, I think.
So if you were to, would it be on Tuesday?
I don't know yet, actually.
Because I hope you'll be here, and we've got some folks we can talk to from the Big Rock. Brandon Manning's got a contact, and you've got
nice.
several as well. So I want to talk about that this year.
Yeah, for sure.
I want to go. I want to be on the dock. I've never done that.
Yeah, it's cool. I mean, there's a bunch of people there. I mean, it gets packed. I mean, it's always cool to see them hoist up the fish and stuff. And it'd be cool. It's a good little thing. Vendors, and I'll see you at the beach. So.
Yeah. Good deal.
Radio needs to do an outdoor live journalism. Is that right?
An outdoor live journalism.
Is that right? Yeah.
We're out here at the Big Rock with an outdoor live journalism.
We're on site.
Well, I know a guy who's affiliated with us that can do that.
That's true. That is true. They have to just...
He wore number 80.
Slim 80.
And he was slim.
Have your people contact my people.
Stroud's Marine.
Struggling there.
I've never struggled, dude. In Greenville, your go-to spot for your boat projects and repairs. And it is boat season, so you need to head over to Stroud's Marine if you need a part, and I mean any part, because Bryce Williams can tell you, as a customer, they got it for you. And he had a great video of the entire
warehouse.
Yeah, I was going to say it's not really a showroom. It's a warehouse. It's a warehouse, and it's got parts on parts on parts. You can check them out, 865 Rivet Street in Greenville. Head to StroudsMarine.com, your best source for salvaged outboard parts.
That's right.
Check them out.
My man's got it.
Let's take our final break. We'll come back here ready to wrap up this Tuesday edition of Pirate Radio Live. Back with you after this.
For pest control that packs a punch, BAM! Call on the experts at BAM Pest Control. Attention Greenville, BAM Pest Control is here to protect what matters most, whether it's your business, your home, or your peace of mind. They don't just eliminate pests, they knock them out. BAM Pest Control is #1 in insect control, rodent control, and yard services like fire ants and mosquitoes. BAM! You're insect-free, safe, and comfortable. Call the experts at BAM Pest Control on Hooker Road in Greenville, 252-751-3160. BAM!
Spring is a great time to plant flowers, trees, and bushes. When planning your landscape, please keep in mind that you should never plant anything within 3 feet of a gas, electric, or water meter. The same thing applies if you have an electric transformer in your yard, except keep plants 8 feet clear of the front in case crews need access during a storm or an outage. Always remember to call 811 at least 3 business days before you dig to avoid underground lines. This important safety message is from your neighbors at Greenville Utilities.
This is proud ECU alumni David Price of David Price Construction. As a leading general contracting firm, we specialize in commercial construction and renovation. Whether it's updating your office space, renovating your restaurant, or building a new retail store, our team at David Price Construction is ready to assist. We are committed to delivering quality, value, and customer satisfaction across all of our projects. So give us a call at 919-820-3612 or find us online at davidpriceconstruction.com. Go Pirates!
Jeff Stein here at Brown & Wood Buick GMC, home of the lifetime powertrain warranty. Right now we have GMC 1500 Elevation 0.9% or $78.50 off. That truck also has $359 lease special. For Buick, we got the all-new Enclave. It's beautiful, it's big, it can handle all of your luggage, kids, towing, anything. Brown & Wood Buick GMC, 4 brands, 3 generations, 2 rooftops, and 1 goal to make sure you leave a happy customer.
The Buccaneer Music Hall is your beacon of music in the land of the Pirates in ENC. Open at noon 7 days a week with live music. Come enjoy sports trivia with me, Clip Rock, every Monday. Tuesday and Wednesday, it's live local acoustic night, along with line dancing from 7 to 9 on Wednesday. Thursday, there's a brand new lineup with Singo starting at 8, followed by karaoke with DJ Dog. Ladies and free both Friday and Saturday nights with the best local bands in the area. Finish the weekend with free games and DJ Kids Scene.
Y'all come get bucked up.
It seems like places are giving you less and less food these days.
Yes, Mama, it's called shrinkflation. Oh, shrinkflation, that's just another word for robbery. But this is shackflation. What? Dang, that's huge. Extra pepperoni, extra cheese on that thing.
Hey, Pirate fans, Papa John's is the MVP move for game day or any day. Place your order online at papajohns.com and get a Shackaroni pizza for only $12.99. Papa John's, better ingredients, better pizza. Go Pirates!
Hey Pirate Nation, this is Dixon Williams, and the best place to go for custom t-shirts, apparel, or promotional items is University Sportswear. University Sportswear hit a home run for me when I needed my custom shirts. From start to finish, University Sportswear provided superior customer service and a quality product that cannot be beat. If your business, organization, or event needs t-shirts or promotional help, then you need University Sportswear. Visit universitysportswearenc.com for contact information. Go Pirates!
Is your office printer on the fritz? Don't wait days for a repair. This is Walker Allen Volova with CopyPro, where we promise fast 3-hour service on all of your copy equipment. No need to press 1 for English for an overseas service line. All of our calls are answered right here in Greenville. Plus, we offer a free office printing analysis to help you cut cost and boost efficiency. We'll show you exactly how to save money on ink, toner, and energy. For reliable, fast service, call CopyPro today at 1-800-682-6558 and see how we can help your office run more efficiently. CopyPro Copy Pro. Fast service, smarter printing, bringing more value to your business.
Pirate Radio.
He's a pirate!
Obviously. Duh. The voice of the Pirate Nation. You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding Pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
It was a good day for the stock market. The Dow was up 214 points and closed at 42,519. The NASDAQ was ahead 156 points at 19,398. S&P was up 34 and closed out the day at 5,970. That is your Wells Fargo Advisors stock market report. For a personal look into investing, call Wells Fargo Advisors today at 756-6900 in Greenville. Wells Fargo Advisors, LLC, member SIPC. Now, let's head back into the show.
Wrapping it up on a Tuesday as we watch Rajay Harris.
To the 40, to the 50.
Run.
He's got room. 40,
Oh, God.
30, 20. Go, Rajay, go 10.
Bryce,
5.
look at our tight end. Riles outrun every one of the state defenders.
Dang right.
And he would have caught Rajay.
Jeez.
And he's back, right, Sean?
So excited.
Who's that?
Riles.
Yes, I believe so. Yep.
God, I was so excited.
What a run.
Bam.
What a win for the Parts.
God, that was fun.
Bryce, enjoyed it, buddy.
Thanks for having me.
We will see you on Tuesday, hopefully, unless you are in a boat in the Big Rock.
Never know.
We'll plan to talk to you next week. All right, we will wrap it up here for Shirley Rhodes, Jared Watkins, Chan Man, and the Pirate Radio crew. I am Clip Brock. We will see you Wednesday at 3. Jeff Charles, take us home.
Have a great night, Eastern Carolina.
Thanks for listening to Pirate Radio Live, an exclusive presentation.